Sorry for interrupting. Isn't that annoying? What if I told you there was a way to get rid of ads like this?
Right now, some strong winds up through the mountains, and we are going to see once we go into
Alright,
this
guys,
evening, 10 o'clock is when they're going to start to see their peak, and look at what happens overnight. I'm going to zoom you into a couple different areas, but I want you to keep an eye on that area shaded in purple. So these are gusts between 50 to 60 miles per hour, plus that. We could see gusts up to 80 miles per hour in some areas. So as I zoom you in, you can see there's this line, this kind of 80-mile stretch from Fillmore over towards Simi Valley. There's that purple right there, making our way over the 210 corridor right there. San Fernando, that's going to be an area.
I'm trying to find a better one. But anyways,
well, I was reporting
this video goes to show you how many people abandon their cars to
go on
guys.
foot, evacuate the fire zone. Look at how many people had to do that.
This is serious, bro. This looks like a whole zombie apocalypse type of stuff, guys.
Quite like this. We are talking about hundreds of cars on Sunset Boulevard, and it does appear to get the correct machinery into this fire zone. You can see that many of the cars now have dents on them. And I just confirm with LA County Fire that their bulldozer, LA County Fire's bulldozer did in fact have to move
this
these
happened throughout the
cars,
whole day, guys.
push them off to the side.
The wind was throughout the whole day. It wasn't as bad, but now it's bad.
Well, I was reporting how many people had to ditch their cars,
how many people lost their cars,
go on foot,
covered in
evacuate
ash.
the fire zone. Look at how many people had to do that.
Blocking the whole
I have never
street.
seen anything
This
quite
is
like
insane,
this.
bro. I've never seen
We
anything
are
like
talking
this.
about
Look, all damaged.
hundreds of cars on Sunset Boulevard, and it does appear to get the correct machinery into this fire zone. You can see that many of the cars now have dents on them. And I just confirm with LA.
Wow.
Earlier reports, the fire's actually burning on both sides of the highway here.
And it is still going, guys.
That was where we were, and we were getting a little bit concerned because the bush was growing with regard to the flames that were taking over that bush. So we didn't want to be too close to that. So we have moved a bit down the street between now and our next hit for people who are with us all night.
Look,
we'll go ahead and make our way back toward the
throughout
Getty.
the whole
But
day,
at
and
last check, it's kind
as
of a
of right now,
similar
as I speak,
situation
guys.
as a lot of the property here near these hillsides. It's that the properties are being threatened by active flames. The hills, kind of fueled by the dry vegetation.
I know
and
I'm
the
gonna be
winds,
more active
there are
back on the
various
police
pockets where
pursuits and all
flames
that
are
stuff. I
active,
just really
and the
haven't had
Getty
time,
even
but now we should
making a
definitely be
statement
back.
earlier saying
But
that
right now, it's
there
not the time
were
for that, guys.
portions
This
of the
is
property and some trees and
insane,
brush that
bro.
had burned, but the actual Getty
January
Villa,
1, and
had
somehow
not
we're still getting
been
fires.
engulfed in
Like,
flames. So at last check, that's what we knew in terms of the Getty.
how?
What I can say right now from
this thing is all
the firefight
engulfed
above the
in flame.
hill
Look at
here is
this.
that we actually are feeling some mist from those fire hoses as fire crews continue to work really diligently to protect homes,
shout out to these
protect the Getty
firefighters,
Villa,
bro.
and just
Shout out to these
schools and everything
firefighters.
in this area. But a tough
This is
firefight and a long
insane.
night ahead for sure.
Absolutely, and you can see absolutely a long night ahead, Michelle, and you can
And
see
shout out to
active
this
flames
chick for even
right
being out there,
behind you as well.
having to
Structure
report all
burning
of
right
that.
behind her.
Like,
Michelle
wow.
Fisher doing yeoman's work out there. We await your update on the Getty Villa once you have been able to get closer to it. That
Oh yeah,
there
the
is just
Getty Villa,
another
I
structure.
guess that's like
Looks
some
like
type
a home that
of
is
museum
burning
here in
there,
LA. I've
and
never
that is in
been to
Pacific
any museums
Palisades along
frequently
PCH,
or as
where,
much, so I can't
Michelle
really
Fisher has been reporting.
Elaborate on that.
Chris Christie.
I
Chris
don't know.
Christie, who
But
ordinarily
somehow
would be
the fire's
reporting
approaching or it's near
for
the
us
fire.
from
And I don't
Air
know,
7.
Getty, I
Air
don't know
7
what type of
grounded
art's
like
in that
all
museum.
of the helicopters
It's
tonight
different type
because
of
the winds
museums,
are just too
art,
strong.
sculptures,
Chris, are you
and
there?
other type of stuff I don't even know
that's right,
about.
Mark. I think this long night is about to get even longer, both in terms of the productive firefight, but also just in terms of the morale.
A lot of people lost their
because
homes,
there
bro.
are
A lot of
now
people
no
lost
more
all their
rotorcraft
valuable stuff.
fighting this fire. They have now grounded all rotorcraft. That includes all the helicopters, including the Chinooks, which have been,
This
just
isn't
absolutely vital in this firefight. Today we've seen very limited aircraft in general. We had the Super Scoopers out there all day. They were doing their best work to try and impede the fire, especially as it was getting close to some structures. Same thing with the Quick Reaction Force.
A lot of people lost their house today, guys. Their cars, their house, their valuable stuff, their money, their pictures, their,
until the sun comes up.
everyone has their valuable stuff, like
those winds
valuable jewelry that you get from,
we
like,
have a pretty strict threshold in Air 7.
from your grandparents or parents, or like pictures, or everybody has that one
that varies
valuable
from aircraft
item.
to aircraft.
doesn't
Black
necessarily
Hawk
have
is
to be
pretty much
expensive
in the
or
same
jewelry or it
range.
could be
That would
anything.
be the LA County
Piece of
Firehawks
clothes,
and
a
the
shirt,
Orange County
a sweater,
Firehawks
you
that
know?
have come up here to help out. But unfortunately, what we're dealing with tonight is nothing short of hurricane force winds, and that is just impossible to fly in, whether you're fighting a fire or just about anything else, unfortunately.
You have had, over the years, of course, of covering fires, and so many of them here in Southern
Shout out
California,
to all the
you have seen the
firefighters,
impact of what
ambulance,
these
first
aircraft,
responders,
from the smallest to the
paramedics,
largest,
if
the impact they
people
can
that get
have and
injured,
how they
pretty
can
sure they should
really
be out there. Police
assist
officers,
ground crews
just
in
everyone
fighting a
in general.
fire, or something like this maybe wouldn't spread quite as quickly as it has.
Wow.
You're seeing places where it's being absolutely going unchecked, unabated, because there are no firefighters to put it in check in that particular area. You've seen the impact, and when we're seeing the impact of not having those air resources, aren't we?
We've seen the impact.
Okay, so apparently there's no
steadily
air
over the
resources.
years
By
as
that, I
the
know there's
assets
planes
have
that
grown
scoop
each
and they
department
drop
has
water.
brought in more aircraft.
Maybe those helicopters,
In the last 4 or
besides
5
the new one,
years,
the
when they
news, the ones that
introduced
report
night
from
vision
above.
to the equation and
And
allowed
I don't
these
even think it's a
helicopters
smart or
to
bright
fight
idea
these
for you
fires
to have a helicopter
through
or a
the
plane,
night.
because
The,
for those of you who
amount
haven't
of
been keeping up to the
property
news,
that
a lot of
has
planes
been
have been
saved
crashing,
over
like
the years,
probably like 5 plane crashes
the
these
amount of
past
money that's been saved over the
in
years
this month,
is
this
just
past
remarkable.
weeks.
But now, on a
A lot of
night
plane
like
crashes.
tonight, we
So,
not only remove
and especially with
the
these
night fight,
freaking
but
high
basically
winds, who the hell wants to be
aerial
flying a
resources from
plane
the equation,
or a helicopter?
and
Not
as
me.
you said, that
Hell no.
fire is now burning
So-
unabated and just blowing through the Pacific Palisades.
And it's not just necessarily the water dropping or the
I feel
retardant
like
dropping
I've
aircraft.
worked in that area
There's
not too long
reconnaissance
ago.
aircraft that are involved here too that can tell
I
them
have.
where the
I've
fire
been
is
like
moving and how
really
it's
in that
spreading.
direct area.
And that's also vital because they are playing a vital role in coordinating the resources.
So yeah, guys,
on
as
the ground.
I
We've
go
been
to sleep
listening
tonight,
to the
all of
calls
this
go out
is going to be
all
going
night.
on throughout the
And
night.
about every 5 to 10 minutes, there is a new structure on fire, whether it's
And
a
I
house
went outside
or
to
an
show you
apartment
guys
building,
and demonstrate
and
a little
they're
bit of
doing-
how
I mean,
crazy the
it's
wind
really
was to the point where
remarkable
like I
and really
couldn't
a
even see
little bit
shit in my
emotional,
neighborhood.
to
And
hear them
that
rushing from spot
I'm not
fire
even like
to spot fire.
close
This has
to
been
this
going
area,
on
and that's the
all
crazy
day.
part.
It is
And the
going
wind
on
is pretty
right
strong
now, but
everywhere.
without those reconnaissance
Everywhere.
aircraft, it
I'm
does
not even
get
close
a
to
bit
here.
trickier. You know, those reconnaissance aircraft not only tell them where to go,
Which is good, because I
they
don't want to
tell
be
them where
smelling this
not
air,
to
all
go.
that fire. So
And you know,
hopefully everyone has
they're
their freaking
vital
windows
not
closed
only
if
in
you guys are
fighting fires,
nearby.
but saving lives and saving firefighters' lives.
Right, keeping the firefighters safe. And you,
Right.
as a journalist in Air 7, the role that you play.
Maybe
in
if I
this.
had a
We have been,
car, I
up
probably
in
would
the
have
air,
been
so to
over
speak,
here,
about
but at
a
the same
few
time,
things, including
it's
the
just-
fate of Getty Villa.
I don't know.
And other structures that have been, there have been varying reports about their condition.
Probably would have gotten better
and
shots for you
also
guys if
different
that's something you guys
neighborhoods,
want to see in the
and,
future.
The role that you play
You
is
know, just
vital
to
in terms of
demonstrate,
informing the public about where to go
elaborate,
and where
teach you
not to go.
guys, you know,
How does
show
it
you guys
feel
what's
for
going
you to
on.
be stuck on the ground like this?
I will tell you, Mark,
I think
it's
the wind
really
might have stopped. I don't
heartbreaking
know,
in-
probably,
in a lot of
maybe,
ways.
hopefully.
I've got so many people who
That
are
thing is
affected
so
by
loud.
the fire checking in because they are
Although
hanging
I
all
play
our-
games, I
our
stream,
words
I have
here.
fun, you know, I could be
But,
careless
you know,
sometimes, but when it
I've
comes
been
to
thinking
stuff
a
like
lot about
this,
the Lahaina
especially in my
fire,
city,
and how the
like,
Lahaina
it
fire
ain't time to joke
might
around,
have
guys. It
been
ain't no joke no more.
different in terms of getting
Like,
the word
all of this
out
was
and
going
evacuating
on throughout the whole
town of
day
Lahaina.
while I was
Had
at
there
work.
been
I didn't really
adequate news
record
media
too
and
much.
helicopters
I mean, the wind was
to
kind of
inform
light
the
where I
public.
was over there.
And, you know, it was
I
a
was kind of by
tragedy
like
that was
the
compounded by loss of life in Lahaina, and I fear
by like
that even
Santa
as,
Monica, for
the
those of you
word
that
has
do
gotten
know
out
where,
throughout the day, certainly we can only
in
hope
GTA
that people
5
have
by
been
the
evacuated.
beach pier,
But you know, whether you're hunkering
Del Perro,
down,
I was kind of
trying
like
to
in
ride
that
this out,
area.
or you're just trying
And I
to
saw
find
the
out
whole
what your property is going
clouds
through,
full
or
of
your
all
loved
freaking
ones
smoke
might
and
be
stuff like that.
still stuck in this fire. It's heart wrenching because we can't actually put eyes on the fire. We're seeing a lot of
I mean, at
amazing
this point, like,
coverage
what can you
from
really
our
do,
team,
bro? I
but,
think
you
it's
know,
just
when you can
everywhere at
actually
this point.
see
It's
the
like trying
fire
to
from
stop
above
a disease.
and, you know,
It starts off
start
small in
listing
one
off the
area,
streets that are about
and
to
it
be impacted
spreads,
imminently.
like,
It's
an
a
infection
vital
pretty
tool
much,
that we
like-
just don't have the luxury of tonight.
like things like this,
Absolutely,
like,
Chris. It is
you gotta
really,
stop when
you
it's
know, so many of
barely
your
starting,
live
because once it
reports
spreads
are
and it gets out of
reporting,
control,
course,
it becomes
because
such a big
fire
disaster, bro.
season is all year round now, as we
Yeah, fire
keep
season
saying,
is
but
normal
we
here,
do
but the fact
see
that this
so
is,
much of
I
your
guess,
live
winter
reports
in
from
November.
above these
November.
fires.
January
Again,
is crazy. crazy.
It's incredible to hear you grounded.
The sun is
and
not in the
not
hot.
having
So I
the
wouldn't even
air
be surprised because
resources
the
to help
whole
fight these fires. It's also
climate
heartbreaking
change,
because
the
we know
whole
how
system with the
valuable
weather, you
so
already know it's not
many
chaotic
tons and
everywhere.
pounds of water
I
can
wouldn't be
help
surprised.
right now with these firefights. Chris, we're going to come back.
It'd be
to,
raining when it's
later
not
on in
supposed
this
to rain.
newscast, but we're gonna go to
It'd be
Miku Kazori.
hot when it's
Miku,
cold, when it's
you
not
have
supposed to
been,
be hot.
Right
No,
where
so like
so much
it's just
damage has been taking place at the Palisades
stuff
fire.
like this
You're
that
right
doesn't
outside,
even what's it
the
called?
Charter High School, I believe, correct?
It doesn't really surprise me no more.
Colleen, I'm sorry, it's extremely hard to hear. We're having some problems with the earpiece, so I'm not exactly sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I can talk back and answer questions
I wouldn't be
because
surprised.
I just
A lot
hear
of
static in my ear.
malfunctions.
But I really wanted to show you what it looks like behind me. We're at Palisades Charter High School, and we showed you this shot earlier.
I kind of really don't know exactly where
the
this is
iconic
at.
school has burned to the ground.
That's the school?
And just being here, this is off to Mescal
Wow.
Canyon. We
A whole
tried to
school
go
has burned,
further,
chat.
further up to Mescal Canyon to where
Which, like I said, I
that
exactly
nursery
don't know
was,
exactly
the
where this is
Palisades
exactly
Playhouse was,
located.
but we were stopped.
I'm
The
not
police
familiar
are
with
not
this
letting
area.
anyone go through, and that is because that neighborhood
Wow.
now, they are evacuating people. So we were wondering, when are these homes going to get evacuated? Because we saw many homes catching
I
on
mean, if
fire.
I'm here, bro, I'm
Yet we
dipping
saw people
literally
just out on
like
their bikes. They were
I would have been gone
teenagers, not
during the
teenagers,
morning. I would have been
checking out their
gone during the
high school
afternoon,
on
bro.
their bicycles,
I
and
wouldn't
we
even
were
be
wondering, when
here
is this area going to get
at
evacuated?
all,
And it
bro.
seems
I'll
like
literally
it
be
is
out the door
finally
a long
happening
time ago.
now.
That's
We're
just
seeing
me in my opinion.
more police here, and you can see they're
But
letting
everyone
fire
has different.
units go by. They're letting police
Everyone has
units
different
go by, but
situations.
not the
Yes, if
media.
you have
So
a
we're
house,
just out here
right
in
away we're
front
gonna
of
assume like, oh,
Palisades High School,
they're
watching
rich,
the
they have money,
school
they have
burn
nice
down
cars,
minute by
but
minute. We saw
sometimes
the
you never
football
know.
field
People don't have
a little
family or
bit
they don't
earlier.
have
The football
places where they
field
could go.
has burned
So,
down. The aquatic
wow.
center was fine. It was untouched. No problems there.
And what happened to burn
But what
down?
you're saying, this is, I believe, the front of the school. You can see the sign. It says
Imagine
Palisades
having your
Charter High
school burned out,
This
guys.
is a very iconic school.
I know
So many
nowadays in this
celebrities have gone to
generation,
this school.
people be like,
Movies
hell
were
yeah,
shot
no more
here. I'm
school.
sure,
But now that you
know,
think about it
Freaky Friday was
realistically,
shot here, Teen Wolf.
imagine
So
having your school
definitely
get burned
a lot of
down. Like, what the
meaning
fudge are
behind
you
this
supposed
high
to do?
school,
Where are you
this
gonna go
landmark
tomorrow morning?
in the neighborhood that's
Like-
been around since the 60s, and it's just so
Like, I know I was that type of
devastating
people
watching
where
it
like,
burn to
I
the
wish my
ground.
school would
The
explode.
people
I
that
wish
I
my
talked
school
to at the
would have
command
burned
post
down, so I don't
earlier,
have to go.
the
But now that
mom,
you, I'm telling you guys, when
the
you get
girl that I
older, you
talked
start to
she was in
realize
tears.
that
She said
stuff like
Palisades High
this,
School
although I
is
could
where
joke
I
around
went
with
to
my
high
friends,
school,
but stuff like
and they
this is serious,
evacuated
guys.
from this area.
School is
just
important.
Passing by the high school,
Some
she said
stuff that
it
they
was
teach
just
you
so
is important, and
heartbreaking.
some
On
other
their
stuff that
way
they
to the
teach you is
command post,
bullshit. So,
watching this high school
but
burn
regardless,
down,
school
and
is
that
important.
the case. I'm seeing people have driven up
for your future,
as they're
if you're
getting
gonna go
out
to
of this
college and
area,
stuff like that.
evacuating.
But,
They're
but not
stopping,
everything
they're
that they teach you
slowing down
is
by the high school and just
literally
watching
100% that you
burn,
use
again,
in your
minute by
adult
minute,
life.
extremely
Wow.
disturbing and just terrifying and sad situation out here, Colleen.
It is sad.
certainly
Now,
is,
all of
Miku.
this is
Thank
going to
you
cost
very much
money.
for
All
that
of
live
this is
report.
going to have to
Again,
get
we have been
rebuilt.
talking
Not
about-
like
we are
Minecraft.
following
Like,
two
like this
breaking
is.
stories right
Like,
now.
I don't even
Two
know if they're going to
fires.
build a
They're
new school. Like,
ravaging
all of
the
this is going to
area.
have to
We
get
are gonna go
torn
back
down.
to Leanne's
Like,
here.
everything.
She's
How
in
to get torn
Eden
down.
Canyon. She has been dealing with some incredibly violent, strong wind gusts. Leanne,
Yeah.
we now have
I just
sort of
stepped outside my
established a
house
little
for like
better,
a
connection
minute,
with
and
you,
I'm
so
already
we're now just
almost
on a
literally
30-second
getting
delay,
blown
but
away. Now I'm
how are
freezing.
things in your area right now?
Wow.
Yeah, we've moved kind of down the mountain a little bit, so it's a better cell service.
And then, woman, you got
which
a fire
allows
like
us to
right
have better
behind you.
communication. So that is good. I will say,
Look,
unfortunately,
you got like
the winds
freaking
are back.
Chris.
We had a
A
bit of a
fire just
break
freaking
there
coming
just
at you,
about
getting blown
15,
your way, bro.
20 minutes
Wow.
ago, but now they're back. I'm going to show you kind of what's happening. We're still along Altadena Drive, just north of New York. We're right across
New York?
Veranda
It's probably a street, 'cause
Avenue, and this is
I've
on
never-
Altadena.
I've never
This is
heard of a
literally
street called
almost
New York.
the entrance to
No clue.
Eaton Canyon, the official
Like,
entrance.
look, you got
And you can
fire,
see that
like,
the
right
trees
here.
here
Wow.
are completely burned. There is a fence that has gone up. We've seen crews
Wow, we
out
probably
here,
get 720. I
trying to
mean,
knock this out as much
they're
as they
literally
can. I'm
filming
gonna show you
in the
to
middle of a
left
fire, so
here as
why am I
we
even?
drive over. This is
Why
right
am I
next
even
to
saying
homes.
anything?
Again,
The Wi-Fi,
homes
the
right
power
on
lines
the
clearly go
very
out.
edge of
So
Eaton
we gotta be
Canyon,
grateful.
and
At least we
have
got
not
some type of
seen
footage.
any damage yet
AKA
to
live
any of the
stream.
homes, at least on this side, directly right next to Eaton Canyon.
Wow.
The firefighters out here, I can't
This is
say
insane,
it
guys.
enough. They have made
And I
a
know something like this
tremendous
similar happened in
stand so
Australia
far.
with the
I'm
whole
not saying this firefight
Amazon
is over,
fire,
far from it.
forest
These
fire, or
winds and the
something like
fire
that a long time
continue to
ago,
rage
where all
out
the
of control, but
animals,
they
you
have
know,
done a tremendous job
you know?
on structure protection.
That's
to make
literally the
sure
type of
that no
flashbacks
homes
I'm
have
having
been lost.
back
But
right
I
now.
can see so far, and we've traveled up and down Altadena Drive here to see what we can see in terms of potentially any damage
You could
or
barely
any
see
lost
shit, bro.
structures. We have not been able to
I'm
see
surprised
that
the
just
lights
yet.
are even turned
Again,
on.
This fire continuing
The
to
light
burn
streets
out of
are even
control.
turned on, but
And
you
the
can
Steve
literally see
weekend,
a
Duncan
theme.
was already showing a little bit.
All that
but again,
fog,
it's the
all
winds.
that
Once the
wind,
winds pick up, then it starts to spread
all that
the
ash.
embers. And as we look down the street here a little bit, I can show you what we're talking about.
All
Can
the
you see
trees.
those trees down the street?
Yeah.
Literally, the top of the trees there are on fire. Embers up
Where?
into the trees there.
I only see this
touching
bottom
them on
half. I don't
fire
see the top
because
of the trees.
these winds.
Okay,
And that
look.
has been
Wow,
this battle
even
all
even
night.
this
Now earlier we had
all up here.
gusts. Dallas was saying
Holy
up to
cow.
85 miles per hour. I can say
Wow.
for sure that we experienced at least one or two of those blasts when the fire was really raging. It seems like the super
I can't even see the officer over here, the guy anymore. That's
ever
how
so slightly.
the
So
fog,
that
the
will help.
wind.
Now this is still very windy.
Also, guys, speaking
but at
about
least
fog,
those strong gusts aren't here, so
I don't
that
know.
is
I'm the
helping.
type
We're
of
gonna
people who
continue
goes on
to
TikTok
move
a
around
lot.
the other
A
side
lot of
of
people
the
are saying
fire here
that,
to see what
like
we
a
can
couple
find
weeks
out.
ago,
We'll
last
bring
week
you
on
that as
Tuesday,
soon as we can.
when
For
I
now,
walked out my
live in
house in the
Altadena,
morning, there's like
Liam
fog.
Shooter,
People are saying that the
867
fog is now
Eyewitness
getting
News.
contaminated,
Thank
that the
you.
fog
And
has
as we
like
talk
weird
about,
shit in it.
these areas
Let me
that
know
are
your
being
thoughts
hard
on
hit,
that. You guys
the
think that's fact or that's
evacuation
cap?
orders that are ever
Or is that just
expanding.
normal
There
fog?
are tens of
But-
thousands of people
Okay, so
literally
right
on
here's
the
the
move
beach.
right now. We're being told
Yeah, I
to
see.
be
I did
on
come
the move
somewhere
or
over here. Pause.
preparing
Like
to move
not too
in
long
order
ago,
to
I was in this
evacuate and keep
area
themselves
working.
safe from these fires. A new
Cause
evacuation
over here is
orders
like
are
Santa
being
Monica.
issued.
I was
Joining
earlier.
us
I was
now,
like somewhere down
on
here,
the line
guys.
is
By like
Dr.
the
Lucy
Santa
Jones.
Monica
You may be
Airport, aka
familiar
the
with,
Del Perro
Dr.
Airport.
Jones.
That's what it would
She
be
is a
called in GTA.
seismologist, but
Del
she has
Perro
a vast
Airport.
array of
So I was like
knowledge and
somewhere like
research,
down here,
and
close to the
joins us
beach,
now
guys.
to talk
Close to
to
the
us
beach.
about
Somewhere
the
down
people
here.
who have had to evacuate and what they're going
So
through
yeah, long story
from a
short,
mental
all of
and
this is
emotional
affected.
perspective,
All of
something
this
we
is
don't
still
think about a lot. Dr.
pretty
Jones, are you
clean.
there?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks for having me.
I even have
What can
clips,
you tell
guys,
us
where
about
I
folks who
recorded
are
like the
suddenly
GTA houses.
uprooted like
So
this
if you
and
guys
having
want,
to flee
I'll
an
I'll
area for their
probably
own
post
safety?
that in a GTA,
Extremely
not
disrupting.
GTA,
I went
in a
through it
YouTube Shorts.
decade ago with the
I did
station
record
fire. I was in the first block
on the
evacuated. And,
West Side
we-
Close alongside the
we're
beach when
creatures
I
of
was
habit.
when
We
I was
need
going
our
that way
certainty, and anytime
to
things
show you guys
become
proof.
very
But yeah, it's crazy how I was there
uncertain,
like
that
not too long
increases
ago.
our fear. You know, the psychologists have really studied how people respond.
It's a rich area, guys.
danger,
It's a
whether it's
nice
an
homes,
earthquake or
rich
a
area.
fire
So
or
you know,
wind or whatever.
my type of
And
area.
when we feel
But
powerless,
regardless, I
we're
still feel
more
bad,
afraid.
rich or not.
When we feel
Like people are losing their
uncertainty and
house,
don't
their
know what's
cars, their
happening,
money.
we're much more afraid.
A lot of people are pretty much
And so
losing
you-
everything,
and when
guys.
you're
It's no
forced
joke.
to leave your home, you're losing a really big base of
This ain't
uncertainty.
GTA where you could
But I
just
think
freaking
all of
rob
it-
a
I mean, the evacuation orders
a
are less
freaking
than
bank,
mile
or
and
if
a
you
half
have a business.
to
If you have a
walk,
business,
and
then you're
I-
good,
you know,
you know. But you
that
can't just
happened
rob a
to me
bank and
tonight.
get your
That itself,
1.2
even
million
before
that you
you're
lost
forced to
back. No,
evacuate,
it's
is a
real life.
very
Everything
high
you
level
gotta
of
grind for that
uncertainty.
shit.
One of
can't
the ways
just
to deal
get it
with
back,
it, which
bro.
I personally is like, reach out to people around you. Maybe there's somebody who needs help. And
Right.
if you can do something for somebody else, you're going to feel more in control. You're going to feel more
Right.
powerful. I activated a disaster group that I did planning with a year ago. Check in. Is everybody doing okay?
Right.
And we shared
Like if I was
information.
available,
Somebody
guys, if
needed
I
help
had
being
time,
evacuated,
if
and we all
there's
felt better, too.
a option
Yeah,
that they're
you know,
literally
we talked
offering,
about that
like I
earlier
would literally
today.
go,
You know, there's a lot
put
of
on
people who
a
find
fire suit
themselves in a
and
situation
get a
where they
hose
need
and
to be
actually spray all that
evacuated,
mother
but they can't
effort,
get
bro.
out.
Like
They're in
I'll
a
be
car,
down.
They're disabled.
But
You know, it's
I
very
live far.
hard. And
I live,
that
like,
was one of the
on
sort
the
of
other side
takeaway
of
moments. I was
downtown.
thinking, you know, you have
Like
to call your
I wouldn't
family
say in the
members or
middle,
your
but kind of in the
friends,
middle.
or people you know
So
who are
I live
alone
far.
and may not
But
be
otherwise,
able to get out safely.
at the
being
same
that
time,
they
they wouldn't
might be
want to put
disabled
people's
or they
life
just
at
may
risk.
not
You
have
know, all the
access to a car.
professionals,
So
obviously,
that
duh.
is
But
one
if that
of
was an
those
option that
key
they're
things
doing,
to hear
I'll literally
about
put on
how
one of those suits, get a hose,
you who
and
knows
go up there,
so
guys.
much about
I would.
disasters and evacuations and watching these devastating images in our community.
For those who have
and
been
in
keeping up with my live
devastation
streams,
around the world,
as
that
one
you
of the
decided to
guys in
come
the
up
chat,
with a
one of
group
my
to kind
subscribers,
of
he's a
get
mod.
together.
He was actually
What
telling
do you
me.
say to other people who
Well,
are
I was
watching
actually
right now
sharing
who
with
know,
him a
you know,
story.
we are in a
Like
Santa
one of
Ana
the
wind
jobs that I
event
want to do here in
storm.
LA is
You know, started.
I want to be a
Just
hero,
started.
chat.
Well,
It's either if I become a firefighter or
think about
I
the
don't
people
know,
who live
probably not a
around you.
paramedic,
Do you
'cause
think
when
any
it
of
comes to
them
blood,
might need some help? Are they gonna, are you
nah.
facing the possibility?
I
mean, I'm not sure if there's any.
I wouldn't say I'm grossed out, but
not too worried.
that would be too
Some
much.
of us
But either
are
way,
at greater risk
like
than
that's
others.
one of my goals,
But
guys. I
especially
want to
if
be
you're
a
in one
hero
of the
here.
higher risk areas,
If I had to
call your
option
neighbors.
to put on a freaking fire
Go over,
coat,
knock on their door.
suit,
Just check in if they're
and
okay.
go up there,
You're making
I
a
would.
human connection.
That's actually
and
one of
that
my
gives you also a little bit
one
more
of my
meaning
goals and
purpose
dream
in what
jobs
you're
that I
doing.
want to do out
We're
here for my
willing to
city.
undergo. We're
Yes,
more
the city
comfortable
could be
with risk
dangerous and
if
shit
we're
at
doing it
times,
for
but at the end of
a
the day,
purpose.
I'm doing it for
That
my
is
future, guys,
pretty
and I'm doing
powerful.
it
when you
just
went
to
through
have
this
the best I
years
could,
ago, you
which
had to evacuate. How long did
I
it stay
know.
with you? How long did that unsettled
It's just
feeling
a lot
stay
of
with
work
you
I
before
gotta
you
put in,
finally were able
guys.
to kind
A lot of
put
work
it
I gotta
behind
put
you,
in.
or did you?
But that's like
Well,
literally
we
one of
ended
my
up
goals,
moving out
guys.
of that neighborhood.
That's one way to do
Literally
it.
something
Well,
I
mean,
want
there
to
were
do for
other
my
reasons,
future.
Of course, as well. Our kids were grown.
Just
and
wow.
we wanted to move back closer
Just
to
look at that.
Caltech campus and reduce our commute. But it was only that really made me let go of it.
Like saying this, bro, this is like literally out from a freaking video game. Like literally looks like a freaking volcano erupted in the middle of the city, but we don't have no volcanoes here, so
really disrupted.
wow.
It smelled like an ashtray for 6 months after the fires. And then
So at
especially if you're up on the hillside,
bro, all the
then,
freaking
you know,
all that
what
wires
comes
is gonna
after
get
fire?
burned,
Flood,
all that
right? We have our debris
wow.
flows. And that really greatly increased risk. And in fact, we almost
Wow.
were evacuated
Everything's
a
gonna
second
get
time
messed up.
for the potential for debris flows. So it doesn't, just the physical reminders are going to be there for a while. We had K-rails out there for years afterwards. And then just emotionally, it's still part of my, it's part of my mindset. I think I did a little more preparation just in case. I mean, I'm probably not going to be evacuated. I'm down near Caltech. That's pretty far away from the mountains. I still wanted to make sure I could get out of the house if I had to tonight.
Wow.
I mean, how are
So
they
it
gonna
really
fight
never
it? At
leaves you,
this
does
point,
it?
I think it's just
No,
growing and growing,
like,
bro.
By now,
Like it's too
it's
much
an
to stop.
enriching
To be honest,
experience.
it is
I
too
know
much
what
to
it's
stop.
through. I know I can handle it, and that little bit of extra
Especially
preparation
even tried
always
climbing
makes
up
you
one of
feel
those
better.
mountains in general. Like
No
this
doubt
is not
about
easy to
that.
climb
Dr.
up
Lucy
there,
Jones,
guys.
thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Sure.
Again, you're always here. I know.
I'm
Good
not
luck
gonna
to
risk.
everyone as well.
They don't want to
Thank
risk
you
their
so
lives
much again
freaking
for
falling.
for
Trying
being
to.
available to talk
You
to
think
us, 'cause
someone's
you're
gonna be
sort
able
of
to
that
climb up
calming
this, bro?
voice,
This right here,
during
going up, is already a freaking
times of
challenge,
stress.
bro.
So we appreciate you.
Okay, like this, maybe it's not that hard because
Again, Dr.
you know
Lucy
it's
Jones.
like by a street,
We're
but
going to talk
stuff
about
like that
some
on top of
new
the mountain, like
evacuation warnings happening right now for the Santa Monica area. You can see there's the new area that we've just been learning about for Santa Monica. This is the yellow area between San Vicente Boulevard and Montana Avenue, also between 26th Street and Pacific Coast Highway. You can obviously see this is a large area of Santa Monica that now is, under
Right here?
evacuation orders. We know that the areas of the city north of San Vicente Boulevard, those are evacuation orders also. Immediate threat of life, we heard from the city of Santa Monica. That came out just before 8 o'clock. So
okay, well I
within,
guess everything's
less
getting
than an hour,
evacuated
there's
at this
new
point.
evacuation warnings being put into effect for Santa Monica.
So the people in the
Wow.
yellow area that's bounded by 26th
Yeah,
Street
right here.
on the east, Pacific Coast Highway on the west, San Vicente, also I guess to the west or north, and Montana Avenue on the south.
So I
that
guess all
yellow
of this
area
red
is a warning. You are
affected
being
right here.
told that you might be required to leave at a later time, and you should be ready to leave if called upon to do so. The people in the red area north of San Vicente,
Yeah, right here, all of this.
leave now. Leave now if you're in
Holy
that part of Santa Monica.
frick.
Also, the other areas, of course, in red that are threatened by this
All of the-
Palisades
if
fire.
you're only here right
you
now,
have
at this
also
point,
been
bro, you
ordered
are
to leave
fudged.
now. So far, people
You
are,
are fudged. You
for
are
the most part,
surrounded
heeding
right
the
here.
warnings. One
And like the
exception,
only
of
way
course,
to go out
being
is
that man
this is
that,
the only
that
road
Michelle
that there
Fisher
is
interviewed
along
who
the coast.
fought to
And I'm telling
save
you, this
his,
is the same road
his
that I was
home and ultimately couldn't.
driving on.
Made a stand
Not too
and
long ago.
unfortunately lost it, but came away with his life. And firefighters will tell you it's not worth your life to try
No,
to save
no,
these
no, no,
places.
no, no.
Plus, when you stay behind, now you're something that the firefighters
Right.
have to worry about in terms of trying to save you in case you get into trouble.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw it earlier
You know,
today.
if you
all
gotta
the cars,
if you
there
gotta
was
leave your
sort of a
car, you gotta leave your
bottleneck,
car.
and
If you
then
gotta
people
leave
started
your
abandoning
house,
their
you gotta leave
cars,
your
and then
house.
LA County had to have a
Wow.
bulldozer come through and push these cars out of the way to clear a path for the fire engines to get through. And again, we're talking about the Palisades fire. Jory Rand, he's been reporting.
To be
live
honest, I
for
don't
us
even think the
all day,
train is
all
gonna be
evening long.
running
Jory,
all the way
where
over
are you
there.
right now, and how's it looking? It looks, I mean, I dare I say, deceiving. It looks a little calmer behind you.
Yeah, it absolutely is deceiving, and in fact, it might be worse than what we think, because when the smoke starts to plume up
Bro, you
above
gotta
us
be covering
and
your
is
mouth
pushed
and
down
your nose,
by
bro.
the winds, it blocks out a view of what we're talking about.
I'm just
behind us,
saying,
which are these
I am
flames
not
that
gonna
have
be
been
trusting that
encroaching
freaking
upon us
smoke,
for the
man.
last
You gotta be covering that
4
mouth.
hours, and
Especially
they
that nose.
slowly have been marching our direction. In fact,
wow.
there was a large group of LAPD officers here making sure that people were
I'm telling you, bro,
evacuating
this
about 10 minutes
scene
ago.
right here, we go
One of the
outside your
lead
house, bro,
officers came
just
over to me
looks
and
like
said,
the
"We're
end of the
leaving.
freaking
We're
world.
going on to the next major intersection because there's nothing left for us to do here." The people who are going to leave have left. The people who are going to stay are still here.
This is crazy,
and they're moving
guys.
on to
Like,
another location because they want to
I'm
expand this evacuation
speechless.
warning
You don't understand how
area. They
like,
want
bad in
people
general. I
to
just
get
feel
out
for all
now
these
if they
folks,
can.
bro.
In fact, one of the sergeants I was speaking with,
Oh my God.
as I mentioned earlier, he wants people to just get out from here to the 405. If he had his way, he would have everyone between Amalfi here and the 3.5 to 4 miles to the 405 freeway to pack up and leave now, because that's the direction the fire is headed. But that's not going to happen. It's not exactly realistic, and so a lot of people still remain here. We can see the
Like,
flames, the smoke is
everywhere
clearing
I
a bit here,
walk
and
in
we
social
know
media,
what
it's
we're
just-
seeing over there are at least half a dozen structures. The homes that stand right above Sunset Boulevard that have been lost and just continue to burn into the night. And you can see as the smoke is moving across just how powerful these winds are. That smoke plume is moving quickly. It is going across from north to south at a very rapid pace.
Wow.
And that's the direction we've seen the smoke kind of make its way all throughout the evening. However, when the wind starts to gust and swirl, we have felt it at our backs here. From the fire, moving east to our location. We've been kind of using the moon as a gauge to see where the smoke and the fire has been moving, because we can't see a whole lot through the smoke. And
Right.
right now, the moon is clear. It's right about the
I'm
line
surprised
of
you couldn't
where
see the
the
moon.
smoke is pouring down to the Pacific Ocean and where it is clear. So we can see it right now. We feel like we're in a decent position, but that could change at any moment. I also have my eye on a flagpole that's next to a house here. That flagpole is bending at times, and we're going to see if it makes it through the night, because these are hurricane force winds that are pushing through here.
All right, so apparently we
And
got
that's bad news
hurricane
for residents,
winds.
as embers can be picked up and moved. And the LAPD wants to see folks who are here leave to the 405
Bro,
and parts east. So we'll see how
today,
this
throughout the whole day,
continues.
my freaking
All right,
phone
no
was freaking
official,
buzzing.
request for that
Crazy with
particular
freaking
area,
Amber Alerts,
but,
bro. My
it
phone
would
was freaking
certainly be
buzzing
in the
like
druthers
crazy.
of
I'm
that
telling you.
officer you spoke to.
Every 5 minutes
Jory
or so,
Rand, thank you. This
Amber
is
Alert.
affecting
Another
a lot
5
of
minutes,
families
Amber
in a lot
Alert.
of places.
Another 5 minutes,
One of
Amber
those,
Alert. Like, it
is a
was
member of our own
just
ABC7
buzzing the
family,
whole
Mark
day
Robles, who
today,
is
man.
in an
Wow.
evacuation area.
Probably the
He's
most
under an
Amber Alerts I've ever
evacuation warning, or is it
gotten in my
order
goddamn
right now?
life.
Mark, are you there?
Oh my gosh. I mean, let me tell you, from what I know, it's a warning, but never before, Mark, never before have we had these types of conditions. So we see the glow from the Eaton Canyon fire. I am directly south of Eaton Canyon, where the smoke and the embers are blowing in this direction. I am north of the 210
Wow.
freeway. Thank God.
Look
my
at this
mother was here at the
firefighter right
house.
here,
She just
chat.
took my
Risking
boys.
his
They're
life just
evacuating,
to...
getting far away from here. So yes, we are a distance away. But the way that these winds are and the embers,
Bro, risking his life,
the
man.
covers for the attic in my house blew off inside the house.
And what type of pants,
it
black
is
pants are
insane.
those that he's
So
wearing? What the
we
hell?
packed up, the kids are gone. I'm on standby,
Like
waiting
those
for my wife to get
just
home.
not
Dog's
seeing
gone.
flame.
My neighbors evacuated. There's sirens. It sounds like a freight train.
Flame pool,
It is
fire pool.
insane. Absolutely.
Or maybe they are.
Mark, I'm Colleen here too, talking with you. So, of course, you are going to have a very long night, and then obviously you will probably be with us covering these fires throughout the evening for our morning newscast.
Wow.
So you decided to stay back because you are in a warning area, but your mother was kind enough to take your little boys and your dog, and you're going to stay behind. At what point do you feel like, you know what, I'm going to have to leave, I'm going to have to have my wife join me where I'm going to be evacuated?
Yeah, I mean,
Mark
I
is
just
out
want
here
to,
risking his
you know,
life
this is like
to
a
get
situation. I heard someone else say it
get some
before too, as
footage
far as
on
when
the
you
live
know,
stream
you
for
cover
the
these
news.
things, and then when you're kind of caught in the middle of it. And that being said, look, I have hundreds of
Bro,
homes,
how the hell are you
you know,
supposed to
between
stop that? I
me
can't
and
even-
Eaton
I
Canyon.
can't
So,
see
you know, I'm not unique here. We're all in this mess, but you never expect it to get this bad when I am a distance from the mountainside. So I'm watching, I'm waiting. The winds are insane. I mean, things are blowing.
I
Like
feel
they
bad
haven't
for all these
before.
animals
I mean, I've
too.
been at
The
this
deers,
property for
the
nearly a
bears, ain't no
decade.
bears. Ain't no bears.
Typically,
And like with these dishes, I feel mountain lions,
will tell you this, that
coyotes, even though the coyotes be eating our
when we
pets.
get Santa Ana's, Pasadena doesn't always get the winds. So it's unique. So when
Like
we have
this
wind
house
events,
right here,
honestly, I can
just
count on
looks like
one
a whole
hand the amount of times that it's
burn up barn,
Pasadena,
bro.
but
It's just not
nothing
even look like a
for
house
me
no more.
like this. I know a lot of people talking about 2011 when there was a bad event. I was not
Rest
hit
in
so
peace for the
hard.
house. That looks like a straight up
I got to
just
assume this is on that
barn
level.
at this point.
So I'm watching, I'm waiting. I see the glow over the houses here across the street. I have neighbors again who evacuated, and this is a situation where
Bro, that thing just looks like
I was already
a
I was
whole
already in
barn
bed
at this point.
to work for tomorrow morning, and I had the neighbor
Feel
come
bad
over
for
just
whoever's
to
house
alert
is
us.
at.
My
That
mom and the
looks
kids were
something
awake,
like you'll
but I heard
see on The Walking
knock, knock,
Dead or
and the
the
neighbor
scary
walked
movie.
in. I'm like, what's that? And then I smelled the smoke, which
That's
was,
what
I was like, oh gosh,
Maybe
here
that
we
looks
go.
like something you'll see in the freaking in the
And
middle
there's
of the
another
forest.
colleague who works for another station. I'm getting text from her. She's evacuating with her baby.
Wow.
It is just wild the amount of people impacted.
Pretty sure probably a nice house, but now that shit looks like a burned barn.
That's impacting me up in
Wow.
Altadena. You know the lines blur when it crosses from Pasadena into
You see, that's just life, guys.
north
Like
of
if
here.
you grind, which is good, you know. I'm not
that
saying
image
I'm
that
not
we
trying to
see when
discourage
we're
anybody
arriving
to
to a
work
fire,
hard in
that
life. Always
glow
work
over
hard,
the houses,
achieve your goals, follow
and
your
I can see
dreams.
the smoke,
Your goals, work
going
hard,
over my house. So
get
we'll
rich,
watch, we'll wait.
do what
I'm
you
here
gotta do
now,
to make it.
and
But
see what happens. But it's
okay,
really
so you make it, you
concerning
buy a nice house
apparently that
in a
the peak
hill,
of this is 10
and a
p.m. to
couple
5
years,
a.m.
months,
Now you,
unfortunately,
of course,
some
having covered
shit
a
like
lot
this
of
happens and you
fires
lose
in
a
Southern
lot.
California
Like,
over your time
I wouldn't say
here,
it's
your
normal,
career
but
at
it's
ABC7.
normal.
You've seen
Like
people
it happens,
who have
bro.
stayed behind
Like it could
and
happen to
elected
anybody.
to try to fight the fire in their homes, and you may have either questioned their motivations
You know,
or
so that's why
understood them
these
completely.
people
Where
probably
do you
work
fall
hard
right
too
now
to
on
even
that
like
question?
move out and get their family in a nice house that they're in.
Right. So
And
we said
unfortunately,
this before on air. When there's
their
a mandatory
house turns
evacuation,
out
it's
looking
mandatory, get out,
like a
but
whole burned up
you, the
barn
homeowner,
that's
it's up to
abandoned
you
in the middle of the
to literally
forest.
do so.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, look, houses that I can see across the street start catching fire, I'm probably gone. That's not the case right now. But I know a lot of people probably think, oh, well, it's windy and that fire's.
if I'm watching the news and I'm this house owner, homeowner right here watching this on the news, and this is my house, like,
So
I
think
don't,
this is
I
kind of a
have
once
zero
in, I don't
words
wanna
on
say
how.
lifetime, but once in at least a decade here.
And look, I
type
think
of
over
event.
here, that
So,
looks like their cars
I
on
don't
the
know if I
bottom
can give you
right.
that
Like,
direct
I
answer.
would,
Clearly,
I don't know
I'm here
what
now.
I would say.
Last I heard,
I don't know
it
what
was
I
an
would do, to be
evacuation
honest.
warning, not mandatory. I think the mandatory is.
Roll work ahead, like.
I don't know. It's up the street for me. It's
You mean
not
like
far.
firework
I'm
ahead?
north of the freeway. I hear sirens in the distance, of course.
And you smell the smoke. That was
North of New
And I
York
smelled the
Drive,
smoke over an hour
east
ago
of
when I was awoken after I was hearing the commotion. I could hear the phone texting, text coming in. I was like, oh, I better check to see what's
might be
going
in somewhere
on.
else. I don't
and
know.
then sure enough, smelled the smoke. I was really blown away though by the fact of our covers to our attic in the house blowing off.
Tenda?
That
Yeah, it might be somewhere else. We already moved away from the West Coast.
Yeah, we were talking.
This might be
Leanne
somewhere
Suter
else.
we
And
are looking
there's
at
not
live
fires
images from
only
Leanne
close by the
Suter's,
beach at Cape
camera right
Malibu.
now
There's
from the
fires,
Eden Fire. But
other fires
Leanne
in
Suter
other
was
places.
taking some
That's how
gusts
bad
up
it
to
is, guys.
85
It's
miles
not
an
just
hour.
one
And
place, one area.
We were watching.
Other
were you
places as
watching?
well.
And so maybe you were watching as well when we had Pasadena's public information officer on a little while ago, and they hadn't made a decision about the schools.
So
well, now
many
we're
people are
finding
losing
out
their house, not
Pasadena
just in
Unified
one
School
area.
District,
Multiple
they're
areas
called
as
for
well.
classes to be canceled
Probably like
tomorrow.
2 or 3 different areas that was on fire. Like at this point, it has spread a lot.
I voted the kids up, and it doesn't matter.
And just look at this guy right here trying to fight this fire for like 5 minutes,
But if
bro.
I get the kids out of here, there's no point in them staying.
No,
Bro, this car,
absolutely not.
wow, just
And you
seen
don't
that
need to
whole
worry
car
about
on
it.
fire.
We just heard Michelle Fisher. You saw her live shot too, where
All
the
of that
gentleman
crosses-
came back. He was trying to fight a house fire, and he didn't want his kids
Like
there.
when you're
because
playing
he
GTA
thought, I'm
5,
already worried
guys,
about the
or
house. The last
GTA
thing I
in
need to
general,
worry about
buying
are
a
my
car is
children.
like buying a candy, but you know, you buy another one from your phone or from the shop, whatever, you still want.
I guess maybe to speak to Mark's point in his question, I
Seeing
do have
biz
the car
burn
loaded
up like it's GTA's,
I grabbed the
GTA's
essentials,
like GTA.
the important documents.
Like, this hurts, bro.
And I have it pointed
You
out.
know, you
That
can't
being
just
said,
steal one the
I'm
next
not in
day.
a
You can't
fire
just go on your
zone.
phone
If
if you
I
have
a wide
millions
street,
laying down
so
in your
that's
bank
not
account, then
concern,
yeah,
and
you
my
know.
wife's getting home
But
right
still,
now, so I'm
that
sure there'll be chaos
right
for
there
her
is
when
gonna
she
cost
gets out of
money,
the
bro.
car.
Nobody wants to lose their car, and
that's
buy
a
one
whole
even
other
if you're
subject.
rich.
But when you did
Wow.
pull your car out and have it face pointed outward. Did you look around your neighborhood to see how many people?
I'm telling you guys, like
are
whoever
doing that?
owns this
Because
house is not even
that's
turn
one
on
of
the
those key
news, bro.
things to
Because
get
this is
out,
gonna have
evacuate
this is gonna give you
quickly
nightmares
at a
for like
moment's notice.
I don't know, man. Until you work your way up, until you recover. Do not turn on the news. Do not even watch this. Whoever owns this house, bro. Because like I said, if this was me, I don't know. I can't even explain. I can't even understand how I would feel just watching this. Being at your mom's house, or being at your family's house, at your friend's house, or your cousin's house, you call them like, oh, can I crash over for a bit because of this situation like this? And you turn on the news, you're watching it on the TV, wherever's house you are, and you're watching your house getting soaked by this man, by a hose. And this goes to show how, like, he's trying to put that thing out, bro. It ain't working.
Absolutely, Mark. Mark, thank you very much. Give our best.
Okay,
our
I
love
think
to
the
your
wind
family
stopped.
and
I don't know.
Jasmine,
I
as she just walked in the
might
door.
go check
And
right now.
we're now going to go. We've been watching Leanne Suter's live shot. We're going to go back to Leanne Suter. Leanne, obviously things are. You know that Mark is somewhat nearby. He is in a warning zone, and he's ready to leave.
Shout out to Mark, but Mark, you better get the fudge out.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's dying down at all behind you.
You better get the fudge out, bro. Mark right now is in the freaking danger zone. Just trying to give us this footage, bro. Man in the danger zone. The fact that you're reporting, you got like a whole fireball-ish just right behind you is nuts. Bro, you gotta put on the mask, man. What's going on? I'm trying to help you out, bro. You gotta put on a mask. You gotta. Like, I know, I'm not an expert. You're not in a burning building whatsoever. Because when you're in a burning building, they wear the whole coat, the suit, the mask, blah, blah, blah. But still, you're like literally 5 feet away from this freaking burning house. You gotta put on the mask or cover your face or a helmet or some shit, bro. That's just me in my opinion. I'm putting on that mask or helmet, bro. I'm not gonna have all this freaking black smoke particles, whatever is in this goddamn wind thing just blowing right into my mouth, into my nose. They're professionals. They know what they're doing, but I'm just saying, if this was me, I'm putting on the helmet, bro. I would not feel comfortable being right there. Especially if I'm risking my life fighting fires. But shout out to this man. And then you got like another guy over here. I wonder how long they've been going at it with his house, because this fire does not seem to be quitting, bro.
I can see across the street there may have been another structure that was lost, but as we go down along here,
another house, rest in peace.
Part of this home.
Wow.
I believe this is all the same home that we have seen burning.
Wow.
That they're working on putting out. Now, where we were earlier to try to get
like, this is not in my house, guys, and just watching this, like this hurts, bro.
On Altadena Drive, and that is literally right
like this hurts.
Eaton Canyon,
Altadena. I'm such a stupid ass, can't even pronounce it. Like, man, I need to go back to school for sure. Altadena. I don't really say this thing too much. I haven't even been over there too much, so I don't really, but whatever, I'm stupid. Long story short, I'm stupid. But anyways, back to what I'm saying, bro. Just looking at that burned up house, like, that hurts, man. Wow. And it's not even my house.
It appears we have at least one of the units here in this area. You can see all the fire crews that have
that house looks okay, though.
Structure protection here in this area of homes. So
yeah,
I
see,
know
that
that
looks
the canyon, there's kind of a wash that runs down behind all of these homes that is kind of a spillway for Eaton Canyon that continues kind of down from the north down south into Pasadena. And this homes and these condo complexes here sit right up against that area. And it does appear, yeah, Duncan, can you see down there on that side? It appears that we have some of the structures on fire on that end. I can see a roof.
Okay, like these houses don't even look bad.
We're trying to get a handle just how
I'm pretty sure they go up for like more than a million because of how expensive and how nice the area is.
So that appears to be
But those are
right
condos
there.
apparently. I've never been in the street, and I'm not too familiar.
We haven't been able to get, obviously, I mean, this is the
But still,
counting
regardless,
the number of
not a bad
structures
house.
is the last thing that any of these
They look
crews are
nice. They
worried
look
about at this
decent.
point. Right
Work
now,
better
for
than
them,
mine
it
for
really is
sure.
just about getting this
Wow.
fire under control, at least trying to gain some upper hand. Can you hear this wind? Again, I try to see these trees. This
Yeah, I could
complex
hear
that
it.
we're in is kind of down in a little valley, so we're kind of protected from the super strong gusts. But when they come through, you just hear it roaring.
Like I said,
through the
shout out to
trees
these
like a
firefighters, man.
freight train.
Shout
and
out
kind
to
of
these
that's the first
firefighters.
clue that the gust is coming. I'm going to do one more quick pan over as we just show you. It appears, yeah, we have another structure for sure burning here on
Guys,
Dead
this is
Creek
not
Lane
like
here in
a
Pasadena.
ordinary
So we're gonna keep looking through
regular
this area, seeing
house
how much
fire,
we
car
can spot
fire,
in
bro.
terms
This
of
is
damage.
this
But that is
big.
the latest here in Altadena. Leanne Suter, ABC 7
I'm telling you, it literally
Eyewitness
looks like
News.
the end of the world or
All
a
right,
freaking
Leanne, thank
apocalypse
you.
or
We're
a
going to check in now
big
with
ass volcano
Shubha
erupted.
Ravindran. Okay, well, we're going to get
Okay,
to her
see,
in a
so there's
second.
two
but first
fires.
we're going to show you the two fires that we are
I'm
covering
switching it.
now.
I said 3.
Both of them, in both of these fires,
Altadena,
homes and structures
that's
are
like
being
somewhere over
lost.
here. Okay, so where I
In both
live,
of these fires,
I live like
people are being forced
like right here. You see where it says Los
to
Angeles,
evacuate
like
tens
right here
of
where the
thousands
dot.
of people either
So
on the
kinda
move
like
or being
to the
told
right
to
of it.
prepare to move.
That's
Now
where I
we
live.
have
So like I
Shubha
said, I
Ravindran.
live like right in
And
the
if
middle,
that
right
name
in the
sounds
center.
familiar, she used to work here at ABC 7 not too long ago. She joins us now, and she has an update on her condition.
And I was
the condition of her
somewhere over
family
here
in
on this
this,
coastline
very,
earlier when I was working.
catastrophic situation.
Kind of like
Shubha, are you there?
down here where Santa Monica
Mark.
is, because I was like close to the Santa Monica airport earlier, so that's where I was.
Earlier today,
And
in fact, I was.
so from
standing
here
in
to
my
over
front
there,
yard
I was seeing
and,
all that smoke.
showing the flames from my front yard live on TV.
I don't know which fire's worse. They're all pretty
about
bad.
an hour ago, I saw
The
it
Altadena
up in
and
flames,
and
on
the
Channel 7,
Malibu
and
one.
it is now burned down to the ground. We don't know exactly the extent.
But I feel like
I do know that I could see the backyard, the big oak tree in the back, and it was completely engulfed, and we've lost everything. And it was our beautiful home we built a couple of years ago, and we evacuated in such a hurry. We grabbed just a couple days worth of clothes, and now I'm just sitting here thinking about all the things we left behind, and it's not just us. Our whole beautiful, beautiful community of the Palisades has been devastated. So many homes been burnt down.
you see, I just
I'm
hearing this
trying to
woman
figure
talk
out
about
how they are
saying
going
how
to
she built
rebuild.
her home. She
How
built
we're
it.
going to rebuild all these homes.
She didn't buy it. She
it's just so,
built
it's
it
so massive,
like in
and,
Minecraft.
I'm
She
in a
built
hotel
it,
right
so
now, safe with my family.
that even makes it like
I'm
a
so
thousand times
thankful
worse,
for
guys.
that.
She
But
built
this
it.
whole hotel is filled with
And like I
other
said,
Palisadians
you're
just
not gonna
walking
be able to take
around,
everything
just
within
kind of
2
like
hands and stuff
zombies.
it in your car.
They've got
So
their
fortunately,
dogs,
you're
they've
gonna
got their
lose probably
suitcases,
like
they just
75%
telling me we
or
don't even know each
50%
other,
half of your
just-
stuff. Like there's
there were
only
no
a few stuff they
firefighters.
could save.
It was just burning. It was
But
just
most
burning.
importantly, get your pets,
And there was they couldn't do it. They
your
couldn't get in
family,
there. The
you know,
firefighters just could not
your
get in there
money,
to
stuff like that.
to
They are
battle
gonna
these
need.
flames.
But
They just took over, and we're all
okay, what's up with this
just
quality right here, bro?
walking
This is not
around,
me.
in complete shock, and I think that it's going to take us a while to rebuild and to get back to normal.
What a
Because-
horrible, difficult
Yeah,
day
it is gonna
this
take
has
a
been
while.
for you.
That's what
and
that's
for
what I
your
was saying. It's
family,
gonna
and
take
our
probably
hearts
like
go out to you and
probably like
everybody who's
years getting
affected
back
by
on your
this.
feet.
Having been on both sides of this, for people who haven't, for people who are
Yeah.
thinking about whether to evacuate or not, what would you tell them right now?
You gotta get the fudge out.
You're right, Mark. This is so crazy. I have reported on so many wildfires in the past, and I've been there watching as people standing on their roofs, hosing it down, trying to stay
Right.
and protect
Yeah.
their property.
That's something
and,
people do. Get on the
we have
roof,
been
use a water
evacuated
hose,
before
which
in the Palisades.
let's
and
keep it
we've
real. A
gone
regular
back to our
water
homes
hose
and
from
they've
your
been
backyard
safe, and
ain't really gonna do
we always
shit.
just feel like
Unfortunately,
that it's not going
these
to be us.
firefighters
It's
have
not going to be us. But
big giant holes,
when they say you got to go,
as we saw in that clip.
because you never know. When I left this
I don't know how
afternoon,
long they were spraying that
I
same
didn't think
house
this was going to be
that I was
me.
talking
I thought I
about.
was going to be back.
That one that looks like
Maybe
a
one
burned
night
up barn.
in this hotel. and then
pretty
we'd be
sure they're
back,
probably
and
spraying that
we
house
would
for
be,
like
we would be okay. but,
hours.
Now I don't have a home to go
And
back
as
to.
you can
and
see, the fire is still eating.
We got to figure this
The
out.
fire is still eating, so
and it's again
yeah,
not
a
just
regular
me,
hose
it's
from your backyard, front yard,
community.
whatever,
I have so
ain't
many
gonna do shit.
neighbors. My parents live 2 streets away. Their home, I don't know for sure, but their Ring cameras went out a few hours ago. I could only assume the whole Alphabet Streets, my kids' friends, their best friends.
Wow.
This is devastating for this community.
Shuba, I was hearing you earlier today.
This
during,
literally looks like a whole
one of our
meteor
live
just freaking hit.
broadcasts, and I
Like,
remember you saying you were driving back to your house because your little boy had stayed home from school because he wasn't feeling well, and you were going back, and then you're going to get your girls, and you had said you could see that there was smoke and there was fire, but you were so
if
calm
I'm the parent,
talking
mom,
about it as you
dad,
are now.
in a situation
and you
like
just
this, how
thought
she was
you'd be
saying how
proactive
her
and
daughter
get a hotel room.
or son stayed home.
I can't
First of all,
imagine when you
I
did
would
go
not
home
even
and you
be
saw your
getting my
son,
ass to work
and
at
I think
all.
you said you had a babysitter there. What happened when you went home?
I think
If I'm the
we
parent, I would've
immediately
not even got
went
to home,
into,
bro.
okay, let's get ready,
At
because
all.
right
I
when
wouldn't
we
even
got
left my
home,
house. I would've
we
gotten my
got
kids.
an alert
And I
saying
would've gotten
prepare
the
to
fudge out
evacuate.
right away since the morning.
So, I was kind of flustered, and luckily my husband said, let's get his meds. I'm like, you're right, the meds. Let's get the meds together. And then I'm like, let me just pack a bag for each kid,
Right.
just throw a couple of days worth of stuff. We're going to be fine. I sent my babysitter home, and, we got in the car, and then, I spoke to you guys live, and right when I was
when they
live,
have a
that's when the order
babysitter,
came
that's how
out
you know
for a mandatory evacuation.
you're
So we had to go. We got in the car, and driving out
when
of the
they're
Palisades for us
hiring
at the time was
babysitters.
somewhat
But like I
easy.
said,
We've been
Rich,
hearing,
in this
all
case,
the horror
it's not
stories from
a factor
friends
of
and
money.
neighbors who waited
It's
longer.
not a factor. Money does
and
not matter
it
in
was
this
just
situation,
bumper to
bro.
bumper.
Like, ain't
bumper
no
to bumper
joke.
to get their kids from
Rich
school.
or
We
poor,
know that
not a joke.
Revere Middle School, which is
overall,
the
this
public
is
middle
messed
school in the
up.
Palisades,
Nobody
they
deserves this.
evacuated, and our friends, it took them almost an hour to get their child picked up from school. 2 hours, I'm sorry. And
2
so,
hours?
I feel like we
I would've just broken
reacted
school.
quickly. And like you said, Mark, I think because of my past experiences doing this, like, I know when they tell you to go, you go, and, most of the time, at least in my experience, we've had
I'm
these
trying
things
to
in the
think,
past, we've
was
come back
yesterday
and our
really
home is
that
there.
bad? No.
My home is not there anymore.
Wow.
And it's gonna take a while to just figure out how we're gonna go back to normal and figure out where to live. My son was crying about his Legos. He got a lot of Legos for Christmas.
Not the,
He's very upset. But
you see, I would be mad if I lost my PlayStation, if I lost my PC, because all of that I spend money, bro.
We've got each other.
Like, wow.
We've got all of us together here. We're safe. We're not hurt. And I think that's the case for most
Yeah,
people.
if anything, bro,
They've left
screw a
when they were
PlayStation, bro.
supposed
Losing
to,
a car,
and
a good car that you spend like over
I think
$100K.
that's all we can
Like, that would
really
really
hang on to
freaking
right now.
Yeah,
be a
cling to
bite on
that,
the bus.
Cling to that thought, definitely. Was
Bite
there a
on the
point
bug,
at
bro.
which
That would
you,
really hurt a lot.
before you got the news of the fact of
To
the
keep
word
it
of
real,
the fact that your house was gone?
highly doubt
that you
these
thought,
people
"Oh,
had
this
like
is really bad,
Lamborghinis,
that
Bugattis,
my house may
McLarens.
not make it." Was it
Probably,
the fact that there were
probably
no
Teslas,
firefighters in the
Mercedes,
area when
BMWs,
you were
stuff
leaving?
like that. But
We
I
were
doubt
watching,
some of these people
I
had
was watching Rob Hayes.
Lamborghinis. But if they
In
did,
fact, I
I'm
was
not saying
messaging with him earlier, and I
clearly
was like,
some
"You're
of
on
them
my
have
street."
money.
I saw Jory,
But if they did have
a
Lamborghinis,
little further down
yeah,
the street
wow.
as well, and
I
could
am
see
not-
it.
I am
could
not
see it coming
recovering.
down. And
I-
at this point, we'd been watching the news for hours, and I
I'll
told
probably be
everyone,
broken
let's go
the
feed
rest
the
of
kids.
my life, to be
We
honest.
just, walked the blocks away.
I'm not saying that you
fed
can't
them dinner,
work
and
your
we're
way
sitting
up
at
there
dinner,
again.
and my
But
husband gets
if
a
you
call
barely
from
made it to even
the,
buy a car
the
like that,
alarm
or
company,
Corvette, or
the fire
something
alarm
along the
had
lines
gone
like that,
off in our house.
yeah, I'll
And I could just see
be
it in his
broken
eyes that
for the
this is
rest
it.
of my life.
This is
I'll
the
be
moment.
miserable, matter of fact.
And
Screw the PlayStation,
when you
but
get
if you're losing
that
a freaking
feeling, you just pray
Lamborghini
and
or
hope that it's just okay.
or just
smoke,
anything in
you don't
general
know for
that you know
sure.
is pricey. Wow.
And then I just saw
Wow.
Jory
I'll go
about
crazy.
an hour ago down Sunset and Amalfi.
But I know
And
cars is material, material is material. It doesn't matter, but yes,
I saw the railing. I saw the tree in the backyard.
it's just an item,
and
but
I said, that's it.
it hurts
house.
though, you know.
It's on fire. So we're fine. We're all in here together. We're healthy. We're okay, and we're going to build back. The Palisades is going to build back. I'm sure it's going to take some time, but our community will build back.
Okay, but how can they stop this, bro? There always fires like every year, but
I have been there for 15 years.
it's never been this bad as of right now.
Home.
But there's always fires every year.
I don't know where else to go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My parents live in the neighborhood. Our whole family's there.
You see? That's another thing I was saying, that they don't have family in other areas.
In the coming days.
Most people
have a lot of time to think about those questions, but you can think about them with your family around you, and for that you can, we are glad of that for you.
So now tomorrow when you wake up, now you are forced to,
and we wish you nothing but the best, Shubha Ravindran.
To wake up in a new house or a hotel or whatever you call it.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Shubha.
Like,
I'm so
it's not
sorry to
gonna be
hear
the
about
same.
this loss,
Not
but
waking
again,
up in your own room, in your own house. Now you're forced to move.
You do have, you are blessed. So, but good luck. We're gonna switch gears. We're gonna talk about this wind event that is really devastating our community. Chief Meteorologist Dallas Raines. Dallas, you've been talking about this for days. We've been prepared. It really was the perfect recipe for this to happen.
That's right. And when we saw this fire this morning, when it was started, we
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and...
Yeah, those apartments are bad, yep.
Okay, what am I watching? This is whole something else.
Standing in my driveway getting ready to evacuate. We've got a lot of planes going over, dropping water, but...
Okay, like I said, this was earlier throughout the day, chat, guys.
Standing in my...
When this biker was showing...
Standing in my driveway.
There's not really anything else to see.
Center, if we can bring that up to show our viewers here. This is in fact a live look. We have our Gina Silva, she's there on the ground, and this is her photographer bringing these live images. So it is a senior center that is being evacuated, and you see all of these poor people in wheelchairs, many with masks on, dealing with a lot of different issues, and then they have to reckon with the wind, the flames nearby, and just the uncertainty that they must be feeling, how insecure they must be feeling as well.
People are hella hilarious.
Do we have
I told you, y'all need to cover your nose, cover your mouth, bro. Put on a mask.
From the city of Pasadena, Lisa Dedirdian, thank you so much for taking the time out.
Especially for the firefighters, guys. Like, that's what I was saying a couple minutes ago.
What can you tell us about
like,
the
y'all need to put on a helmet, bro.
Impacting the city of Pasadena?
Yeah, as you mentioned, over 400 plus acres have now been impacted. Over 1,000 homes are threatened. We are currently requesting 50 strike teams.
Pasadena,
each strike team's 5 engines, so
that is like kind of close to me. It's not as far as compared to the other fire, the horrible one, the Malibu
assisted
one.
living facility with
But
the help
that's
of our
actually like a little
department.
closer up.
We have set up a shelter at the Pasadena Convention Center, and
Where
we
is
do have
that?
mandatory
Is this like a freaking
evacuations. We ask
hospital,
that people please heed to those. We're taking this very seriously.
I was gonna hop on GTA, like I said,
but
this right here, guys, like, it ain't no joke.
Tell you to evacuate, please do so.
I know I play games and stuff like
please
that.
Please be prepared for those also in the outside just the jurisdictions for evacuation.
But as someone who lives in Los Santos, aka
all right,
LA,
Elisa, thank you so much.
when it comes
and we
to
will
shit
check
like
back
this,
in with you later tonight. We want to go to the ground right now. Gina
My bad,
Silva
guys.
is talking. Let's Gina, I'm not sure if you can hear
it
us.
ain't no joke, guys. It ain't no joke.
So he was just telling me, the gentleman was nice enough to tell us that they were rescuing 92 patients.
This could happen to anybody, anyone.
Describe for us just how
You never
quickly that
know.
fire got to the facility.
I'm not really sure. I just got here like 7 o'clock. I'm a night shift. Yeah. I can.
Are all of the patients okay?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll let you go. Thank you. Obviously, he's very busy, but just take a look. I know that we were at the nursing facility, and all of the patients were being put on gurneys and being transported to other locations, and that's what you're seeing here.
It's crazy because we got snow in the mountains right now, but I never thought there would be fires on top of the mountain.
And obviously getting way too
So is
close
that like
to
a
that
new
nursing
type of
facility. We're not sure how
Mother
if,
Nature
in fact,
type of
it's going to
thing, or
survive.
what?
But it's
Snow
not
on
looking
top
good.
of the mountains.
Again, this
Now we
fire
got
just
fires on top of the mountains.
with these winds, you can
That's
see
crazy.
how strong they are, and it has just been unbelievable. Excuse me, are you guys with the nursing facility? Yeah. Right? Get out of the way. It's so chaotic here. You know, we certainly don't want to get in the way of the firefighters and the rescue teams, but there are some family members here also who are concerned for their loved ones, you know. But look, they're being taken in. This Pasadena SWAT vehicle is one
I didn't even know
of the
Pasadena had a
transporters.
SWAT truck.
I believe that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong. But were some of the patients transported in that?
I believe so.
Yeah, they were? Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
using
even know
whatever
if
they
they did.
can. So they were transporting
I
some
don't know,
patients.
I just feel
can
like
see
the
them inside
IAPD
in the
SWAT
Pasadena
barricade
SWAT
is definitely
vehicle.
much.
They're using whatever they can
I feel like
to
it's much
get
better.
these patients out of harm's way.
I don't know.
And you can see that it is just absolutely just
Obviously, it's a
devastating
bigger
out here.
department
This
here,
fire
but
is growing
I didn't even
so
know that they had a
fast.
SWAT truck.
Again, it started at
Barricade,
6:30
whatever you wanna
with
call it.
just about 20 acres, and it has just, you know, grown and grown. It's more than 200 now, beyond that. And there are so many people that were obviously stranded, unable to leave by themselves. And you are watching these elderly folks being helped out of this location. Again, we're at Washington and Boulevard in Altadena. This is where they brought them from the nursing
I have
facility.
no clue where that is.
Again,
I have no
that
clue
nursing
where everything
facility
is.
was just
I'm sorry, man.
too close to that fire. It was jumping the road, and
Okay, so
I have just received notice that it's now 400
Pasadena
acres.
PD
So it just
for-
keeps growing and growing,
what's it
and
called?
these winds are just not stopping, as you can see.
Wow, the fire's like
Gina, do you
literally
have
like
any
right
idea
there.
where
Wow.
they're taking these patients?
Hospital, shelter.
It's so hard to hear you say that one more time.
So Hospital sorry. Or
Do you have
shelter.
any idea where they are transporting all of these patients?
Fire shelter, right?
I have no idea where they're transported. Let me ask it. You know, I hate to interrupt people when they're doing their job because they're trying to rescue these folks who are you know, elderly. They're not in the best of shape, health-wise, you know, and so I got to let them do their jobs. But I'm sure they're being transported to different hospitals. Excuse me, ma'am, where are the patients being transported to?
They're going to many places. We have transfer agreements with all the facilities. So.
Different hospitals or different nursing facilities?
They're going to different. Some are going to the to the
different facilities, civic center, and
hospital, and maybe a hospital. Everybody's going to a different location.
Civic center for sure, another skilled nursing facility.
Thank you so much for letting us know. So
Okay, first of all, I have no type of clue what that is. Is that like a retirement home, a nursing home, or a medical home, or? Well, I'm assuming they have different locations.
Unbelievable. It is just
Same
wicked.
company, but just different locations in different areas. And some are going to the hospital just to get checked out. I wouldn't be surprised.
And where we are, the fire's not that close to where we are, but you can see the smoke is still
Right. I could barely even see the goddamn sky, bro.
The wind is just not dying down.
You said the fire's not
we are
close, but I see
seeing some embers
fire right there.
Gina, Joab showing us right now, and we know how quickly those embers can move in this sort of wind. Man, you think about how a fire impacts so many different people that you don't even necessarily think of. Those horses that Gina showed us, all these people and animals and all the rest of it that are impacted by this. But this scene is something that I'll never forget. Of all these folks who need as much help as they can, and the desperate effort to help them.
You got the
And
paramedics.
Gina, to be clear, the nursing home that they were in
I see it is a nursing home. I was right.
is a ways away and was getting close. The flames were getting close to that, so then they evacuated them to this location.
I see someone going to the
Yes, this is the
hospital.
location where they brought them. When I got to the nursing home, there were still seniors there, and they were transporting them in ambulances and different vehicles, even in police vehicles.
to this location. Then from here, as you can see, they're taking them in all different kinds of vehicles. Even the Pasadena SWAT vehicle was transporting these elderly patients, and they're going to different facilities. Again, this is because of that fire that is just absolutely out of control right now. And we were told over 90 patients are being transported to the different facilities. But you can see here, it's such a chaotic scene right now.
At this point, bro, it's just that everyone going crazy. Everyone.
All right, so they're asking everybody to evacuate.
Shout out to Pasadena Fire. Pasadena firefighters.
There's more patients down there if you guys want to record it. Down at the bottom, just with the wood chairs, they took them down.
Where are they?
Down at the bottom, like about two lights down.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, this is just crazy.
It is crazy.
Being out here.
It is crazy. Gina, just in your travels, did you see any structures burning in Altadena?
Or is it just a mountain?
Yes, we did see a couple of structures burning.
Bro,
like
look at that
nursing
sign, bro.
home,
You see what I told you? The sign's
not
already
even
freaking getting knocked out from the cement, bro.
The fire was
Or
already
bent.
crossing the road. And part of the reason why
That's
it
how
took us
strong
a
it is,
little
guys.
bit to get here was that my photographer and I, Joa Perez, we got separated, and when he tried to cross to get to my location, the fire was it was just too much. He couldn't get through. It was right in the middle of the road, and he had to go around. So it's just been a very, it's such a difficult time for the people who are living in this area. This
bro, the fact that it's freaking smoke, foggy,
and
I can't even see shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at that
literally
street
looks like
sign
it's in the
that's
middle of
being
this
completely
literally looks like
barreled over
it's in
by
the middle of
wind.
nowhere.
Could be a very,
Like I can't even tell the
dangerous
buildings
projectile if that
around. I
thing
can't even tell
separates,
where
too.
exactly this is. Like
Wow,
you can't even
this
see.
is crazy.
Can't even see
and
nothing.
again, the name of that facility is the Two Palms Nursing Center.
I never heard of it.
Nursing Center. Are you with the facility?
No, I'm not with the facility. I'm just a helper bystander. Yes.
And you're saying how many more patients
There's
are
like
over
about 6 or 7 down there.
Six
That's
or
where we're
seven?
heading down there right now.
How far down?
Like about two streets down.
2 streets. What the hell are they doing over there? Run,
Well,
run.
it's a difficult call. We either walk down, we leave our vehicles here, and we don't know if the fire's going to get any closer.
Right, you don't want to be
we'll,
trapped.
try to
Then you're
calm
gonna be
down.
Yeah, why don't you take a
stranded
beat
on
and
your
you guys
foot
discuss
with a
amongst
freaking
yourself the way that you think
big
is safest
cameras,
for you to
bro.
go. We don't want to put any pressure on you
Right.
in terms of that. And we will go back to you when you think that it's safe. But wow, what a scene!
And also, guys,
what a scene!
W
right
man
there,
for
and the
helping,
human
being a hero,
drama
stepping up.
of all,
Like
and
he
it
could already
looks
be
like some
in
great
his
work
den.
by everybody and
Probably
getting
has
everybody
work
out quickly.
tomorrow
That was
morning.
something to
Team
see.
effort.
The
Or unless that's his
seniors,
job, but he
being
already said
in
he doesn't
wheelchairs,
work
being put
for the
into
company.
SWAT
He's just
vehicles,
helping. So, like I
to
said,
be
it's not could
taken
have
to
been
another
at home
senior
with his kids.
facility or
If
a
he has
nearby
kids,
hospital.
with his wife,
We wish all
with
of
his
them
family,
the best. Of
sleeping
course, 92
in bed.
in all is
But
what
no,
we're
this man's
hearing.
out here being a hero.
Evacuated from the Two
Bystander,
Palms Nursing
civilian,
Facility. This is the live
helping out
picture from
elderly
Mount
people
Wilson. When we
in
first
the middle of a
reported this
fire
fire,
and house
more
risk,
than
dangerous
90 minutes
house
ago,
conditions,
it was
all that
10,
smoke
20
in
acres,
there.
and there was just a small plume here, and now that has just exploded.
W-Man.
And it reminds us of the Palisades
W-Man.
fire, of course.
Like, he
It's
doesn't
the
have to
other
be
big
doing
fire
all of
that
this.
we're
He could
covering
just
and
be at
have
home,
been
but-
covering since that one erupted almost 12 hours ago at 10:30 this morning.
Takes up
W
our whole
guy,
screen now. It was just a small blip not that long ago. All right, let's go back to
Risking
the
his
other
life.
fire burning in Southern California. Christy Fajardo
Okay, now we're going back to
with
Malibu.
the Palisades fire. Christy.
AKA the West Coast.
Yeah, in just the last
Or
couple of minutes, we
past
started
the
getting very, very heavy
Pal-
gusts,
Palisades-
basically
Palis-
pushing us around. And when that happened,
Like I said,
all
I'll
the
post
flames,
a
everything that was
video
on fire just
on
exploded.
the
flames just
shorts
got so
later on. I'll
much
post the
bigger.
shorts.
And in the last
I was in the area,
live
guys.
shot I showed
Watch.
you,
I'll
this
post one
is
later on the
Palisades
shorts.
Charter Elementary.
Where I could give you
and
guys
it is
a.
on fire. When we went up the steps
Oh
to
my god.
look,
Anyways, we're back at the school.
we saw
This right
that
here just
some
looks
buildings
worse
were burning,
compared to the
others
other
were
one.
not. Over
This
here,
looks
it looks
worse.
like something, perhaps a rock wall, has also caught fire. And this is the backside of the school. This is the part on Swarthmore. And even in the last 10 minutes, if we pan that way, I can show you a house caught fire. And further down the road, multiple homes are burning.
Another
In fact,
house?
there was a man who drove out who told us that dozens of homes were on fire.
A man drove
And
out.
as we were going down there, it became too dangerous, so we had to turn around.
Bro, this was like a
But
whole
the
zombie
conditions are just
apocalypse,
worsening.
guys.
They're not improving for firefighters.
I know I said it like 1,000 times already, but I kid you not, bro. It just looks like fucking aliens are gonna come out. Zombies are gonna start popping out, coming at you like.
Also, businesses on De La Cruz. Business there looks like it's a
Oh my
total
god,
loss.
don't get me started with
Right next to the
businesses,
Frontier
bro.
Communications
Losing the
building.
businesses is like losing
Vegetation on the
your
Frontier
money making
Communications
machine. Like,
building
oh my god.
has also burned, but fortunately does not look like the building has.
Yeah,
And down
losing
the
your
road from
your
us,
money making
going
in
in the
life
opposite
is
direction, closer
wow.
to Villa de la Paz, we are starting to finally see firefighting resources. We saw a couple of fire trucks in that other direction.
You got like
and
houses
just a few
literally
minutes
across
ago,
the street,
Cal Fire
and then you got that car right there parked in the
pickup
middle of the
went
freaking
through
street.
here
And you
and
got
seem to be surveying the area. And if we pan to the right, see another home is burning. And again,
where?
as I said,
No.
a man told us that further down
Oh
the
my
street, he saw dozens and
I
dozens of
haven't
homes
seen more
burning.
fire. I can't tell
He's
that's
a
the
property
trees,
owner. He
but
had
I
gone to
see
check on
more
his
stuff down
properties.
there.
He said it was not safe, so he got
How's
out.
this
We
woman
also
even
advised
walking
us
here, bro?
not to go down there either. And this is the house that I showed you earlier.
Bro, this thing looks like it was under
And now it
construction.
looks like it's a total loss. That house there was on fire, then caught this one on fire. And if we pan to the right, you can see.
Okay, to give you guys a quick summary, for those of you that don't know,
on fire as well. So that is the latest right now.
I kind of work
from
for
Swarthmore.
houses that are
Let's send it back to you.
new construction.
One devastating scene after
Houses
the
when
other.
they just finished
Christy
being
Fajardo,
under
thank
construction,
you and your crew.
like when
Stay
they're
safe.
done. Obviously, nobody has moved
we have
in
some
yet.
New video into
The house is like
newsroom, and
barely
this is
finished for
from
it to get sold,
a
for it to go on sale.
a photographer
So
on
I
the scene
work
from
with like
TNLA,
new houses
Sal
that are
Hirsch,
literally
who shot
after
some video of an
finished, of
injured
obviously being under
firefighter
construction.
being
So,
rescued by Cal Fire, it looks like.
and I've met with
getting
all these
tended
people.
to
Obviously, all these
here,
people
and
are
I
rich,
believe
clearly,
that
number
Sal
one.
is on the line with
They're
us
selling,
right now.
they're
Sal, are
putting,
you there?
investing all these money, all their money
Yeah,
into these
thanks
houses
for
for
the great
construction,
work that
paying the
you
workers,
do.
blah blah
So
blah.
tell us
And
about
after
this
it's
incident.
finished,
This is while fighting the
they
Palisades
get it ready
fire. One
to try to
injured
sell
firefighter.
it to a buyer, and somebody comes and they buy it. That's obviously you know how selling a home works.
They put out a mayday call.
Yes, all these
she
people are
may have
millionaires.
had some sort of blow
I
to
wouldn't
the
say
head,
all, maybe not all, but
and
most
she
of these
was in
people are
unknown
millionaires.
condition,
They're rich,
so we were
clearly.
just right down the street
If
filming
they're
some of the
investing and
destruction
building
that,
big house
that ensued
mansions,
prior to that incident.
they're
And
losing
we
a
got
house
there
like
pretty quick, and we
that house
saw,
was never even
Cal Fire
finished.
crews
Now
as
it's
well
not
as
even
some
going to be
LAFD
finished, so
personnel,
that's like a total
lifting
loss for
her
him.
on a,
He's going to have to torn
on
that
a-
all
on a
down
thing,
again, and he's going to have to
and
start from
they put her
scratch
on the
again.
back of a pickup truck
Just
and
wow.
ended up transporting her out of the fire zone. So it
So
was
yeah, long story
definitely
short,
a pretty hectic scene, very crazy.
these
and I just
homeowners,
hope she's gonna be okay.
these owners of the land, obviously, losing a lot of money off of that. I'm talking about like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of freaking dollars. I wouldn't even be surprised, 100K.
So this
or
is the
close to
Palisades
it,
fire.
or more. But
What location was this within
Wow.
the Palisades?
This was on Bowdoin
So that house
Street
is now a
and,
total loss. The
Villa
house,
de la Paz.
it's not going to get
Okay,
finished.
so yeah,
I
mean,
wouldn't be
we've
surprised
seen-
if
we've been
they
reporting
start from
all
scratch
day,
and they
you know, and it's been great to report. The only good
do
thing
the
that we
same
can
layout
report is we haven't heard of any injuries.
and complete the house how
so
it
at
was
least
supposed
we
to be
know of,
originally
unfortunately,
before
at least one
it got burned down.
firefighter injured in this fire
Or maybe they
fight.
might just
did you see
go
anyone
a
else
separate
being
way.
treated while you were there?
But long story
No,
short,
not
the
while I
house
was
is
there.
never
That
gonna
was luckily
get
the
built
only injury
clearly
that I
as
did
of right
witness.
now. It's just
like
nothing but
said,
crisp
just
and
hope she's
ashes.
gonna be okay.
And
Can you talk to
the
us
house
about
is
your
never gonna get
reporting
sold.
experience
Nobody's gonna
tonight?
buy the
What's it
house
been
right
like
now,
for
and
you out
they're
on
not
the
gonna make
roads?
money back. So,
Yeah, I mean it's just been the
wow.
most apocalyptic scene that you could
I'm
imagine.
telling you, that right there
I
looks
mean,
like a whole big
we've been here
plane
all day.
crash,
We
or
have a team
just looks
of
like a
5
whole big
photographers that have been
meteor
here all
just
day.
that fell out the sky.
And, you know, it
That's
started
what that
off,
looks like.
You know, obviously very intense and everything.
Oh,
But
boy.
As you know, the winds kind of intensified towards the evening. Things just have gotten way out of control.
And this live stream
the
has
fire
probably been going
activity is extremely
since
erratic.
the morning or throughout the whole day.
wind is just so
Like I don't even know
unpredictable, blowing
how long
in
this
all
thing is gonna end,
directions.
or
You
if it's
know, they
gonna
had to
go
cancel the
throughout the whole
aircraft
night.
from above, so that
I
was
wouldn't be surprised.
a big blow for firefighting efforts, but necessary. And it's just like I said, it's just extremely apocalyptic. That's the only way
I told
to
you,
describe it.
apocalyptic.
Wow. Well, we hope that you and your crew remain safe.
That's exactly
Sal
what
Hirsch,
comes to
freelance
my
photographer
mind
from
when I see this.
TNLA. Thanks so much for the work that you do.
Thank you.
He was talking about the winds. Let's talk more about the winds from the expert on that front.
Has it
our
stopped? Because I'm not
meteorologist,
really
Adam
hearing any
Kruger,
noises.
has been tracking that all day.
I don't know if it stopped.
Yeah, guys, and so as expected, the winds intensifying tonight. We're seeing that just play out in the video. It's just amazing images. I'm going to start with some of the evacuation maps, though, and I want to remind anyone who's around this area, might be concerned, you can see this for yourself at fire.ca.gov. You can zoom in street level and see whatever you want. But this is for the Eaton fire now, so we're looking north of Pasadena. We have this large red area. That's an evacuation order. That's mandatory. Then we have evacuation warnings, which are optional, but they may change over to orders, so people in the warning areas need to be ready to go if that order comes through. We see this now south of the evacuation order, but also now east, just north of Sierra Madre. We see an evacuation order there as well. Give you a little perspective. Here's Pasadena, and this little spot right here on the left side of your screen is the Rose Bowl. So again, we're talking about this area kind of north and northeast to Pasadena. That's the Eaton fire. And of course, you know about what's going on in the Pacific Palisades. We have that evacuation order that extends to just into the northern section of Santa Monica. This is San Vicente right here. And so north or west of there, that's the evacuation order. And then we have this area known as north of Montana. So here's Montana and Santa Monica. North of there in this yellow zone, that's the evacuation warning, which again is optional, but you need to be ready to go if that turns into an order. All right, now looking at the wind forecast. And again, we're just getting into it. We can see from the video that the winds are starting to spike at their strongest that we've had all day long. We can hear it outside of our building here. I haven't been here that long, less than a year, but I've never heard winds from inside our studio before outside, and we're getting that happening right now.
I'm telling you guys, I have the headset on,
around Pacific
and I'm still hearing the
we're
wind
looking at a
earlier.
forecast right here,
Keep
but
in
gusts
mind,
have been measured.
I have
40,
my
50,
gaming
maybe 60
headset
miles per
on.
hour. There's a few and far
That's
between
how strong the wind
whether
and
it's
how
around
loud
Pacific
the noise it was
But over
making.
towards Pasadena, Altadena, around the Eaton
I have a
fire, we
headset.
have had some. There's more weather stations there, and some of
It
those
really
are
sounds like
measuring
loud
on the foothills,
banging
wind gusts up to about
outside,
60
like it's
miles
almost
per hour,
knocking
but you get
over
up into
shit.
the mountain
That's how
peaks,
loud it
and we've
sounded.
seen some gusts around 80 plus miles per hour around that Eaton fire. And now as we look at
80
the
miles per
forecast
hour,
again, going
that's
through the night,
insane.
look at these big numbers right here. Many spots, according to this model, projected to see wind gusts at or above 60 miles per hour. And it's going to be like this pretty much all night long. I'll just get out of the way. So here's a look at midnight. This is a widespread thing for a lot of Southern California. We hope other fires don't break out, because if they do, they're going to spread very quickly like what we've seen so far. Here we go into 4 o'clock in the morning. Not a whole lot has changed. Notice, though, the colors kind of filling in around more of Los Angeles as we get into about sunrise. Here's 8 a.m. Model says gusts around 50 in Santa Monica, which we've already seen tonight, and then maybe gusts around 50 in LA. Now, even, aside from the fire risk, there's just the fact that we could see wind damage over a large part of Southern California because of how strong these winds are. Trees could come down. We've seen some instances of that. We had a crazy live view with Christy, who was reporting, and a tree fell on a power line. Sparks were flying, and so there may be more of that starting to happen as we go through the night. That's another thing to watch for. Here as we go through the day tomorrow, notice once we get past noon, it's not as
If anything
intense
crazy
as what
happens
we've been
tomorrow,
seeing. We'll be
I'll
past the
probably
worst
try
of
to
it by that
record
point,
and be more
and
active,
the wind
guys.
warnings expire at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Also, the humidity running very
I'll
low. We've
try.
seen below 20% today.
If
it will get
if
drier,
there's
though,
anything
as we go
crazy.
into tomorrow. Relative humidity drops below 10% in some spots. So again, winds are picking up right now. They'll be at their peak really from about now through about 9 a.m. and the humidity goes lower tomorrow. Two things working against us. Just to kind of wrap this all up with a map of the warnings, we've got that high wind warning, all areas in yellow. Most
Okay,
of
I don't
Southern
know,
California.
the stream might
That's
be
in effect
ending,
until
so
6 p.m.
if it
tomorrow.
does, then I
And then
guess
we
we
see
might
the red
wrap it
flag
up as
warnings,
well.
which has to do with the wind and the dry conditions and conditions that are favorable for fires to spread. So that's in effect through Wednesday, but also
All the
Thursday,
visits,
not
wow.
for LA and parts of LA County, but all these other areas. This remains in effect into Thursday. And then the last thing I'm going to show you here is a fire weather watch that extends into Friday. So this is an area that may switch over to a red flag warning once we get a little closer to it, which means this is basically 4 days, likely it'll end up being 4 days of red flag warnings. The worst of the winds, yes, they end after the end of the day tomorrow, but still it's going to be breezy with dry conditions and some type of Santa Ana winds.
Okay, guys, talk about the shitty week.
Into Friday. And so, it's a long week here. It's already been a long day. It's
Oh
going to be a
my
long
God.
week where we really need to pay
Oh
close
my God.
attention to what's going on. We'll head back to you now.
All right, Adam, we thank you so much. Let's bring in Christy Fajardo. She's had some really dangerous situations behind her.
I feel
she
bad
joins
for
us now
this
live
chick,
from the firefight in the Palisades.
Like,
Christy?
literally, you need to go home.
Yeah, Marla, we have talked so much about how this is a wind-driven fire and also how unpredictable it is, and we're seeing evidence of that right here. When we walked by 5 minutes ago, you did not see all of these embers that are flying, and we'll get a gust, and then you'll see them fly up into the air. You can see some over there, and if you watch closely, they're going in different directions. It's almost like a whirlwind, and
well, we're starting to get tired, chat. Oh my god.
And if we pan that way, you can see something is burning behind there. I know that there is a power pole that is on fire, but that much of a glow suggests it's something much larger as well. And those embers that you saw flying are actually coming from Palisades Charter Elementary. Something is burning right on the other side of that fence. You've watched that fire
What is that, like a bench?
come in our direction. We're actually on Swarthmore, and
bro, this lady right here, this reporter right here, she is a freaking savage.
in fact,
I
showed
gotta
you
give her
some
props.
homes that were burning earlier. Now we're seeing multiple
Like,
trees, and at one point it
what
looked
the
like a
frick happened to all the
car was gonna
freaking
go
fire
on
trays, bro?
fire. There
What
were
happened to the
pump
firefighters?
that were underneath
I
it
literally see no
that
one
were
here besides this
burning,
chick.
and
Like,
Gino, who is behind the
well,
camera,
obviously
got
the
very
camera,
quickly, and he was
the
able
camera
to
guy,
move
and
those
this chick.
fronds
So there's only
away
2 people here.
from that car, and that car.
I mean, but
luckily
what
did
can
not
they
appear
do,
to
guys?
be
This fire
damaged.
is already
But
too
unfortunately,
much.
there's really nothing we can do to save the homes
Right.
and the elementary school and the other buildings that we see burning. And also, you heard firefighters and the LAPD telling people to evacuate hours ago, and this is why
the firefighters
the
have to
visibility is really,
evacuate
really
too.
poor. And you add to
Wow.
that all the smoke and also
Damn, bro, that palm tree looks like
Gino,
this.
can you pan this way? Look at what the embers are doing now. Gino, pan towards the school. Look, I want to show you.
Come on, camera guy.
There just was one giant gust, and there we go again. Embers just flying everywhere.
Wow, you got
And
the
this
fire
is what
particles.
firefighters are having to deal with, and why they say this is like trying to stop a tornado. There's really nothing you can do when these embers are whipping around like this and
Whoa.
landing on homes and landing on vegetation.
Like, if that lands on a house, that right there is literally gonna
Blocks
spark
and blocks
another fire.
away, so they could be fighting a fire in one area and not even know that another is on fire. So witnessing very, very tough conditions tonight for the firefight. Let's send it back to you.
That's an understatement, as you know, Christy, and it's tough for you to be out there in the crew. We appreciate you so much. This is the Palisades fire. We want to turn our attention back to the Eaton fire. This one erupted at 6:30 tonight, so it's been about 3 hours. This is our live picture from our Mount Wilson camera, and those flames now pretty much enveloping this whole hillside. At least 400 acres have burned. We just showed you, and we've heard from you on social media about just how horrifying and heartbreaking the images are that we brought you live of those seniors, more than 90 of them being evacuated from a senior facility taken by SWAT, in fact, to other local facilities. Gina Silva, she's moved. You're on the ground. Where are you now?
Yes, sadly, what you're watching is a house on fire. This is the 2300 block of Galbraith Road. And unfortunately, when we got here, it was, fully engulfed. LA County firefighters immediately arrived, and as you can see, they are putting out the flames. There is a person here with a water hose who has been watering down the house, but it wasn't doing much until the firefighters arrived. One of the neighbors, what is the
My neighbor,
What is
Luis.
your name? Luis?
Luis.
Luis, so you guys were out here trying to help out?
I live right up the corner there. We live in the same building together. We were told to evacuate a while ago, and we went down and dropped some stuff off, but I came back up here because I saw all these spot fires coming up here, and I can't help but feel bad for all the people who live here, and we've never had a fire like this, I don't think, as far as I've been alive, at least not down this close. So,
Describe the wind conditions out here.
oh, it's bad. It's horrific. I mean, just driving in the car, if you don't see any trees around, the car shakes like it's an earthquake. That's how strong it is.
Luis, how are you holding up? ¿Cómo estás?
It's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah. So no problem. Yeah.
Where's your house? ¿Dónde está tu casa? Allá?
Yeah, this one. It's in the front.
And it's okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
How long have you lived over here?
About 3 years there. I think they live there a lot longer.
And your house is okay right now?
Is okay? Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
they're making really quick work, obviously, the LA County firefighters. It's an emotional reunion. They hadn't seen each other.
It's so funny. This is one of my best friends from high school.
How are you holding up?
Under better circumstances, it'd be so much nicer.
You hadn't seen each other?
In years. A long time. So last person I expect to see him is this guy, but somehow he found his way up here.
Yeah, how are you? I've been asking everybody how you're holding up with this.
I live in La Chiana, Flintridge, but my godmother, she lives down the road, and so I was on my way to her house because she got told to evacuate. And then I saw this, and we all just pitched in to help.
Yeah, I saw everybody moving in, using water. Unfortunately, it wasn't doing much because the flames were so strong, but as soon as the firefighters arrived, you can see now that the flames are out. There are obviously some hot spots, but, you know, not as what it was, you know, when we first got here. And I got to tell you, you know, we were doing the live report with the senior citizens who were being rescued, and we ended up walking a couple of blocks. And we talk about how fast these fires move. My car was parked at a 7-Eleven parking lot, and I decided to walk back to get my car to come to this location. And as soon as I got there, there was a brush on fire there near my car. Had I not picked it up, it probably would have gone up in flames as well. So it just moves so fast. These winds are just like something we've never seen before, or not in a very long time. And these embers, they just fly for miles and miles and start new fires, new hotspots. It's just absolutely insane. So far, as we've been reporting, you know, it started at 6:30 with only 20 acres and now has gone beyond 400 acres, and it's growing. You know, it's just not, we're not seeing any help from Mother Nature whatsoever. I'll send it back to you guys.
No, and in fact, overnight the winds are supposed to pick up, as we've been hearing from our chief meteorologist, Adam Kruger, well into the morning. So the firefight will be a brutal one. We're not going to sugarcoat it at all because that would just be false information. We wish that we could bring you better news, but the winds are still going to pick up overnight with those wind gusts in the Palisades clocking in at some points perhaps at 70+ miles per hour. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition.
And because of that, even if you don't live in one of these areas that is having a fire right now, but you live in an area that is fire prone, this is a good time to make sure you have your bags packed and you have your valuables ready to go. Because the chance of another fire like this starting somewhere else in Southern California tonight is not insignificant. It would not be surprising if we looked at number 3 like this. So if this is a time to make sure your bags are packed, your stuff is ready to go, if need be, you've thought it through so you're not shocked and surprised if in the middle of tonight, you know, something else breaks out. Because the winds are supposed to be even worse between 10 p.m., which we're about to get to, and 5 a.m. And the likelihood of another fire starting somewhere else is very high tonight. And so just know that as you get ready to go to bed tonight.
We want to take you to right outside the scene of Palisades High School, Palisades Charter High School, which we know their athletics fields burned and also some of the classrooms caught fire. Here's Matthew Seedorf with photographer Sam Dubin.
You can see we can walk across the street. This is towards the football stadium.
Okay, see
I believe
this guy has a
that
freaking
is the score box on fire. As we're going to turn this way with all these embers flying.
Whoa.
I do have an anemometer with me. It's measuring winds gusting to 35, 40 miles per hour with flames on the other side of the street as well. Let's see if we can push this way. And I'm actually with photojournalist Sam Dubin.
So now imagine all of that hitting your eyes. This guy's actually smart because he has a mask and goggles.
This is my alma mater. The baseball field's totally gone. Some of the buildings are gone. This house across the street's gone. This is the newer aquatic center, the Maggie Gilbert Aquatic Center. Looks okay right now. The classrooms appear okay, but it's just heartbreaking for everyone who went to this school. A lot of people have gone here over the years.
Yeah, I can't imagine just seeing that, especially as your alma mater. And we're looking at, looks like the pool right now. And then looking across the street, sort of battling these winds, more buildings have burned down, and just this thick black smoke. Again, winds, it just stings because of all this debris flying around.
Right.
Looking at my anemometer, gust 25 miles an hour right now, but we've seen probably close to 40. It's hard to put this into words, seeing this home up here on fire and all these other structures and even a high school. I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Matthew, thank you so much. Live picture from Santa Monica, our Santa Monica camera looking out at those flames there. We've seen this all afternoon since this fire broke out at 10:30. We want to show you the scene earlier, though, and this was one of the most surreal images that we've seen today. In addition to all the homes that have burned, this scene here, these are a lot of cars that were abandoned by their car owners when they just got too afraid because the flames were closing in on them, and they abandoned their vehicles, and as a result it blocked this entire roadway. And so to get through, emergency vehicles needed to get through, and so LA Fire came in with the bulldozer and bulldozed all the cars out of the way, and many of them, Alex, have been deemed total losses as a result.
Yeah, and just moved them like toys. And some really nice cars we're looking at in a really nice neighborhood. So we want to play for you if you're just joining us and you were at work earlier today and want information from the press briefing. Here is, you're about to hear from the fire department spokesperson, the chief of LAPD, and the chief of the LA Fire Department. Here's some of what they had to say a few hours ago.
So questions about abandoned cars, that's a good question that has come up. Law enforcement assists us heavily with evacuation, but please remember it's an active incident. We don't have the answers to all of these questions. We will certainly look at that. That's very important. I don't know if police felt like they wanted to make a mention to evacuations.
You see how
just on that question of evacuations, vehicles left on the roadway. If you have to leave a vehicle on the roadway, get it as far off the road as you can so that emergency vehicles can get by. The gist of moving them with bulldozers was an emergency situation. You got to get those fire resources through, and they do what they have to do to be able to facilitate that. So we're asking really for the cooperation, and think a couple of steps ahead. It's not just your vehicle there, but then others line up behind you as well as they see what you're doing. And so I can't stress enough, please follow the evacuation orders. Do your best to be able to get out to safety. Bring the equipment you will need for the next couple of days with you, because as you've heard over and over again, this is not going to end very quickly.
No, it's not, and we're almost nearing 12 hours into this firefight in the Palisades. We've been showing you these numbers for a while now. They haven't been updated by CAL FIRE. Our next briefing, we had one at 3:30 this afternoon. That's when we heard from LAPD Chief McDonald there, who you just last heard from. He was alongside Governor Gavin Newsom as well. That next briefing of officials won't take place until 8 a.m. tomorrow from Zuma Beach. So hopefully we'll get some updated numbers. But in the meantime, obviously we know that this whole area, much of it is under mandatory evacuation because of the strong winds that will continue well into the night.
If you're someone around there, I will not sleep
January
in peace.
the 8th. And we're going to be on with you through at least midnight, by the way. So you can count on us.
Shut my eyes. I wouldn't even
so we take you from this picture. Maybe we can take our other picture, which is from Mount Wilson, which shows the Eaton fire that we are also keeping track of, and some news from Governor Newsom, who was at that press briefing earlier today in Pacific Palisades. He just announced that they have secured federal funding for the Eaton fire. So we already got federal funding for the Palisades fire earlier in the day. Now the Eaton fire also getting federal funding from President Biden, who just happens to be in Southern California tonight. And I think is kind of grounded because of what we've seen here.
What the frig is Biden?
So he is also part of all of this tonight. But again, these are the live pictures, and every time we take this image from the Mount Wilson camera, we see more and more flames being wider and wider. This started as just a small part of the shot, and it now extends across the entire shot. At least 400 acres burned. We know that number is now higher than that. And we see a lot of folks scrambling in the Altadena and Pasadena neighborhoods right now because of that fire. And And again, a look back at the Pacific Palisades fire, which you can see from our Santa Monica cam, and really you can see from miles and miles in many different directions.
Big,
Christy
man.
Fajardo is right in the middle of those flames. She's walking right now. Christy, if you can hear us, it's yours.
Yeah, we're actually on Swarthmore, and we saw some fire engines down here, so we decided to come down to investigate. And sadly, we're seeing another, what looks like a home, completely destroyed. And what is really telling is that we keep seeing buildings like the one on the right that appear to be made of concrete. There's another one, the Frontier Communications building, that appears to be made of brick. And those are faring very well, even when vegetation is
watch
going
out.
up
All of
around
that's
them.
getting blown at
They
you.
have not caught fire. But we've been talking about the winds, and you can see what they're doing with these embers. They hit those flames, and they just whip up all of these embers. And if we pan that way, you can see that they are carrying them down the street.
Yep.
And towards buildings and homes that have not burned. And that is why firefighters are stretched so thin. There are so many fires burning all at once. And every one of these embers,
I love this right here. It's like hundreds mini fireballs just flying in the wind right now.
Are trying to keep up with all of this, but there's really no way to do so. And over there on the right, that is actually Palisades Charter Elementary School.
I can't even see shit at this point. I really cannot even see shit.
We took a look. This is the back side of the school. And
I
multiple
cannot even see
buildings
shit.
were on fire. Some of the buildings had not burned, and we can only hope that they will stay that way. But the playground, what looked like a rock wall, and other structures.
Just look at the sky, bro. The sky is supposed to be pitch black, like a normal nice sky in LA.
And we've seen
You look
fire
good,
coming through.
orange and red.
And looking at it, but we've not seen any firefighters actually battling the fire at the school. But again, we are on the backside of the school. And I've talked so much about those embers and what they do to palm trees, and you can see evidence of it right there. The palm tree across the street and the three
It
that
looks
we're
like it's
looking
raining,
at
but it ain't.
are all on fire.
Alright guys, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and
those
wrap it up because
compounds,
this thing is
unfortunately, fall
gonna.
off the tree, or they blow away and catch something else on fire. And
This thing is not gonna end, and
house
it's gonna go on, and I'm already getting kind of fired, guys.
precisely because
Fired. I'm already getting kind of fired. I'm already getting kind of tired.
that were burning were blown in its
You see,
direction.
this lady is Superwoman.
And
She
we
is
also
Superwoman. That's
saw
facts,
a car
bro.
almost catch fire because it was parked on some palm fronds, and those caught fire.
Alright guys, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I am already getting exhausted and seeing it's not gonna end. It's gonna happen overnight. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm already getting exhausted, man. Like I said, the only reason why I hopped on, I was gonna go on GTA, but I was afraid that the Wi-Fi was gonna go on off like later, but I mean earlier, but didn't, luckily. And I just got up on here to share, explain, share, especially for you guys that are watching on the other side of the world. Just to go ahead and talk about the problems of what's going on here in LA currently, right now as I speak, and to share, elaborate, encourage y'all. For those of y'all who live in the other side of the world, that stuff like this is no joke. Even though it does not affect me in any way, shape, or form, which, like I said, I'm like literally right in the middle of the city. I doubt it's gonna come over here, but nobody knows nothing. I wouldn't be surprised. I know I stream games, I have fun, you know, but when it comes to stuff like this, serious matter, like it is no joke to joke around. Like, feel bad for all the people that lost their house. Pretty sure nobody lost their lives, which is good, but they lost a lot: house, cars, valuables, money, passports, papers, you know, credit cards, like, you know, stuff like that. And this whole situation, it's not gonna end until Saturday, or who knows. It is barely, the fact that it's barely Tuesday is nuts. We still got like 3 more days for the week to end, so Yikes. It's gonna be a long week, a long fiery week, and like I said, shout out to these officers, paramedics, first responders, especially the firefighters, especially these news reporters, that woman who's freaking risking her life out there in the freaking ashes getting blown right to her face. I wouldn't be surprised that people even get caught on fire with all that freaking ashes just getting blown. And yep, it's just crazy to think how they are not gonna sleep. That is their job. That's what they get paid for, and they are forced to stay strong, be heroes, stay awake the whole night, and just fight and do their best to calm this fire, which I guess the wind is only gonna keep on going, but this is gonna happen overnight as we sleep. So, you know, shout out to them. What will we do without heroes in the city? But other than that, guys, I'll go ahead and catch you guys on the next one. I'm already